The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Central Kentucky high school football starts now.
All eyes in Central Kentucky tonight as we welcome you to the farm. Hi, I'm Chris LaBar alongside Rick Reeves. Tonight it's Boyle County and Frederick Douglass, a real litmus test for both these football teams.
I tell you, both these teams can tell where they are going into the playoffs. These teams could have taken it easy tonight, Chris. Played an inferior opponent. They're going out the best playing the best, getting ready for playoff football. This is going to tell the difference between a great season and a good season.
Are the Rebels the best football program in Kentucky? Hey, they've won the last 3 state championships. What separates them?
They just have the athleticism that a lot of times Douglas doesn't have to play against in Lexington, in Kentucky schools. I tell you what, this team, they're solid all the way around. They are no slouch. They don't make mistakes. Douglas is going to have to play a perfect game to win, and Boyle County is going to have to do the same thing against Douglas.
We've seen the Broncos ascend the mountaintop, starting so many new players, but as we predicted, they've gotten better each week.
And that's what you want to do. You build, you build, you build. They're not at the apex yet, Chris. They want to get to that final game. They want to win it again in 6A. Tonight's a great start, going against a tough team.
Welcome aboard. So glad to have you here. Up next, we'll chat with both head coaches when we come right back.
Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Get started by finding the program that works for you. Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Never underestimate you.
Rick Reeves with Glycod at the farm here, talking to Coach Justin Haddix of Boyle County. Coach, your team's 14-0, 14-game winning streak, undefeated this year. If someone hadn't seen your team, tell us a little bit about your team.
I feel like we've got a good group. They play hard. They come and they're very coachable, and they're a fun group to coach as far as just for us getting after it. They play the right way. Most of the time we've done a good job with the teams we played. We compete a lot, and we're going to be in for a challenge tonight.
Well, the last time you faced this team was your last loss at home last year. Mm-hmm. You all won here a couple years ago. Let's talk a little bit about this Douglas team. What do you expect to see from them tonight?
They've got a lot of athletes. You can see here they're a very good football team. It's going to be a challenge. They played a very tough schedule. What they did, I know people look at the record and they've lost 3 games or whatever it is, but they've lost 3 games to really, really good people. So it's going to be a battle tonight.
Tell me why you scheduled this game. I mean, your district is over. You could very well easily play someone you're going to beat 56-0. Why is this game going into playoffs important?
Well, that was something talking to Nate. He actually had a team drop him. We had a team drop us 2 years ago whenever it was worked out. And said, well, it'll be a challenge for both of us to get us ready for the playoffs. And it's a game with RPI now. You need to play a good opponent because you want home playoff games. And people used to think, well, the last game doesn't mean anything. Now it's a big determining factor on maybe how many games we have at home if we continue to win. So it's a challenge, and it's something our kids look forward to. I'm sure their team and their coaches look forward to. So, we're excited about it.
Last year, you had an injury at quarterback during the game. Didn't end up hurting you overall. Is that a worry that you have in playing a game like this?
You can get hurt walking down the street, then get hurt in practice. We compete every day in that. I'm not. If you're worried about getting hurt, you're not going to play football. And that's just my mentality, and I think that's our kids' mentality. And we don't use any of that. Last year, they wore us out, for 48 minutes, and we got to play better.
I'm going to ask you a question that we always get asked, and most coaches tell me, no. Do your kids remember last year? Is that a motivating factor?
Yeah, no doubt that's a motivating factor. I mean, when you go, you got to use everything you can. It's a motivating factor. We got embarrassed at home last year, so, our kids are going to be prepared. They're going to be prepared. Whoever plays best tonight is going to win.
Let's talk about that aspect of this game. Give me 2 or 3 things that your team has to do tonight in order to go back to Danville with a victory.
We got to limit the big play. That's a big thing. And then you can't turn the ball over and things like this. They got a really, really good defense. They're explosive in some things and get the ball out in space. Big up front, and so we got to stop the run. And, then we got to limit that big play, take care of the ball. And special teams are huge in games like this when it's kind of even. Who's going to win the special teams battle, field position. And it's going to be a good one.
I tell you, I don't see many teams with a turnover ratio that you all have. Plus 16, plus 18. I love the fact to put them right now. Is that a method that you're doing, or how do you have that huge of a turnover ratio?
I think everybody wants that.
Yes, exactly.
Folks don't turn it over and get a bunch of them. But, we make a focus on that, and our guys hold to it. And if they're turning the ball over too much, they ain't going to be playing. So, maybe that has something to do with it.
Well, Coach, I tell you what, I appreciate your time.
Hey,
good luck tonight. Excited to see you play. Thanks again. We'll be right back on Glycod.
As soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Welcome back to the farm in Lexington. Boyle County versus the Frederick Douglass Broncos tonight on Glycod. I'm Chris LeBar alongside Rick Reams. Rick, this certainly has all the makings of a fantastic matchup.
Yeah, this is something, if Kentucky weren't in, if we didn't have different classes of football, this would be like a semifinal game. But, boy, I tell you what, just a huge game tonight for both these teams. For Douglas to see where they are, see as they go in. Coach Haddix talked about it, your RPI increases with this game. But one of these teams is going to come out of here, Chris, with the loss going into the playoffs. And sometimes that's not what you want.
We introduced some graphics, some stats about this Boyle County program during your conversation with Coach Haddix. The numbers speak for themselves.
Oh, I mean, there's no doubt about it. You can't argue with success, and that's what you do. You think about Danville in the old days when I was growing up, it was Titletown with Danville and Boyle County. Boyle County has just continued that. Coach Haddix has such success there. Last year I called that game. They had an injury, and, boy, I tell you what, Douglas just ran away with it. It wasn't even close, but, boy, I tell you what, tonight these kids remember that. Coach Haddix talked about it. He remembers that. So tonight they're going to – but you know what, Chris? Numbers don't matter once you get out there on the field. It's the Jimmies versus the Joes.
Let's take a look at some of these Jimmies, certainly on the offensive side for Boyle, and they are loaded. Quisenberry, I think, a Mr. Football candidate next year.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's just one of those dynamic athletes that you see in Kentucky State football. Mr. Football, the ceiling is so high for him. How do you stop that? How do you stop him? In basketball, you can double team someone, you can triple team someone, you can go to a zone. But in football, it's a lot harder, but you're going to have to try to limit his touches.
Sage Dawson, 2-year starter at quarterback. He'll do a little bit of everything. Look at those career numbers. 46 touchdowns. He is certainly one of Central Kentucky's best signal callers.
Oh, I think so. And I think the other thing you look at, 46 touchdowns versus 9 interceptions only in his career, 3,526 passing yards. Again, you can't argue with success, and he's been the key to them. When he got hurt last year, the game totally changed.
Avery Bodner, he does it both ways, certainly offensively, nearly 1,000 yards. And then you look at some of his defensive numbers. He's very important on that side of the ball as well.
And that's one thing you have to remember in the high school game. These kids have to go both ways, and sometimes you take one, you say, I'm a better offensive player than a defense player. He's a kid that can do it on both sides of the ball, and as you said, defense is going to be so important tonight against this Douglas offense.
Brock Driver, Bryce Bullock, 2 other key contributors, and that turnover ratio, just astonishing how many takeaways this team has achieved this year.
I mean, a plus 16 number, Chris. I've never seen anything like that. The key you look at, though, is Douglas has a 0, plus 0, minus 0, so a 16 turnover difference. I tell you what, just a huge thing. And if you're Douglas, you have to realize they're going to try to tackle the ball. They're going to try to get the big play, the big turnover. So that's going to be one of the factors tonight.
Tonight's weather forecast is presented by Meijer. Visit their Hamburg location at 2155 Paul Jones Way for any of your shopping needs. Meijer, a proud supporter of Central Kentucky high school athletics on Glycod. It is now dry. It wasn't the case 2 hours ago. Temps in the upper 60s, a slight chance of showers. In other words, perfect Week 11 weather.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, you don't take these games for granted because it could be very, very cold tonight. It's a nice night for both teams out here. You said dry field. It doesn't matter, though. These fields, they do so well with moisture, but boy, what a big atmosphere on a beautiful night in high school football.
Frederick Douglass hosting Boyle County. Up next, I'll chat with Nathan McPeak, head coach of the Broncos. He'll talk about the momentum that this game will propel both these teams to as they inject into the postseason next week. That conversation when we come back on Glycod.
Let's get real. You could go to work right after high school, but spend a little time with us and we'll give you a better chance to do more, be more, and earn more. College for the real world. College for your world.
Paramedics do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you by donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
Hi, I'm Sarah Neely. I'm the financial manager at Mill Ridge Farm. Whenever you transition financial institutions, there's a tremendous amount of paperwork involved. Traditional banks streamlined this paperwork and they just made it very simple. Traditional Bank is a locally owned bank that allows us to operate on an international platform. They make my life better, they make my job easier, and they make Mill Ridge a better place.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
It's the marquee event in high school football in Kentucky as we wrap up the regular season. Boyle County at the Farm versus Frederick Douglass. Head coach of the Broncos, Nathan McPeak, joins me. What's it like to coach in these games, Nate?
I mean, obviously it's a blessing. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to Glycod and you guys for, the coverage all year long. I know you do a lot for high school athletics, so I just wanted to say thank you on behalf of me and our staff and our players and our program. So appreciate what you guys do. A lot of hard work goes into playing games like this. A lot of people just, chalk it up as, well, they got all the best players or they got talent, which we do have a lot of good players, but there's a lot of work that goes into playing in big games. This is one of them. And, it's the last week of the regular season. But I got to kind of take what I can get with our schedule. And, obviously we're playing probably the number 1 team in the state tonight. And, they're 3-time, state champions in a row for a reason. They got great players. They're well coached and they're tough. So it'll be a tough challenge for us.
3rd year in a row you've played them at the last week of the regular season. What's the mindset to have a strength of this game going into the postseason?
Obviously you want to have some momentum going into the game. And what I mean by that is, that's not necessarily winning. I mean, obviously you want to win every game you play. And, you want to win, but, they're a really good team too. So, they're going to make a run at the 4A state championship, just like I hope we make a run at the 6A. So, you want to have some momentum, going in and hanging your hat on something, whether that's improvement defensively, improvement offensively, certain players playing better than they have most of the year. Hopefully some of your depth pieces that you've played throughout the year can help you contribute in a game like tonight and then moving forward in the playoffs. But at the end of the day, this game is just for RPI. It is important. It can help us, an RPI possibly hosting a third-round game if we make it that far, or at least staying local, with maybe a Bryan Station matchup for the region, versus maybe going on the road and playing a male in the region. That's what's at stake for us. And for them, RPI-wise, could mean the difference of them hosting a Corbin or having to go to Corbin, which we know all about playing at Corbin. It's a tough place to play. So, it is a lot of RPI ramifications tonight. They're aware of it. We're aware of it. And, it's going to be a great ball game, I think.
They lead the state in scoring at over 50 a game. Is that more a product of some of the lower competition that they have played some weeks, or the strength of their team?
I mean, they got a lot of skill. They're fast like us. Quisenberry's probably Mr. Football candidate. And, Avery Bodner's probably played there 800 years. Seems like they always got a Bodner. And they got a younger brother that plays corner for them. So, I mean, he's a dude. He's a really, really good football player at the high school level. And, obviously Sage Jostens a really good experienced quarterback and a good athlete. And he's got to be licking his chops after how we played against Cutright, running quarterback a couple weeks back. So I'm hopeful our defense will contain better, tonight because we're going to have to, or they're going to score a lot of points. So, I would think that Coach Haddix would probably say that they haven't played really that many good schools the last 4 or 5 weeks. Their district is relatively not great. And they probably said the same thing about us last year. We didn't really we had a lot of running clock games. We didn't have a lot of competition leading up to that game. And, we come out and played really well, just like they kicked our tails the year before at our place in 21. So, but after this game, both of us kind of recovered. We made the finals in 21, won it in 22. Obviously, they've won it 3 years in a row. So, it's a good matchup to kind of see where we're at heading into that first week of the playoffs, which is, we're both 1 seed. So, we're playing 4 seeds next week, which, typically we're going to be heavy favorites in.
You'd made the comment after the GRC win last week that you felt like you need to continue to improve. What areas do you need to improve the most to get back to Kroger Field?
Running the ball. It's the kind of, we've had, running backs are young this year, but I think we're getting a little bit better. It's been a combination of the running backs, not seeing holes and being young. And obviously up front, we are doing better, but we're capable of playing better, and we are playing better. We got to be able to run the ball, especially when the weather turns. It's going to get cold. We're going to run into some rain. You're going to run into some bad weather in November. And you can't rely on just throwing the ball all the time. You got to be able to line up and run people over and execute. So that's one phase I want to continue to grow in, and it's going to be tough because they got a really good defense tonight. And then also defensively is containing the quarterback, containing the edges. We did not do a very good job of that a couple weeks ago. We're playing a similar type quarterback, and we're going to play some athletic quarterbacks in the playoffs. We got to have better angles on our rush. We got to get guys on the ground. So defensively, we got to be able to do that. Some of the strengths we have is obviously I think our secondary overall has played well. And, we got a lot of skill at receiver. And I think Jackson's getting better at quarterback. We just got to continue to do that and not put all the pressure on him. He's got to do a good job at QB, but, we got to help around him as well.
Comments from head coach Nathan McPeak ahead of the Broncos and Boyle County. We're back after this on Glycod.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Drive with the confidence and security of a pre-owned Kia from Cartown Kia. This incredible certification package is loaded with a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 10 years of national roadside assistance, and 2 years of free maintenance. Choose from over 70 certified pre-owned Kias or over 1,000 vehicles of all makes and models. It's new car driving at used cars prices with certified pre-owned Kias from CartownKiaUSA.com.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
With Fast Signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast Signs. Make your statement.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
Plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
Welcome back to the farm in Lexington. Chris Labar alongside Rick Reams. 5 minutes in front of Boyle County and Frederick Douglass. Rick hearing Coach McPeak talking about the two big staples that his team must improve upon, and they have to be able to run the ball.
Yeah, that's one thing you got to do. He talked about it. Weather gets to be a factor the later you get in the season. The cold weather, the rain, snow, ice, you've got to be able to run the ball. That has to be what you hang your hat on in playoffs.
This is a Bronco team. They've been able to run the ball against a heavy box late in the postseason. That's been the one part of this offense and maybe a little bit behind the passing game that they brought to the table.
Yeah, but, it's one of those things. Again, if you're going to find something, find your game at the end of the year. Don't be the great running team at the front of the year. So they are starting to find that, but Coach McPeak talks about that. You've got to keep on building on that.
Tonight's keys to the game presented by Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. They strive to keep your trucks moving through outstanding parts availability and unmatched service, all while glorifying Jesus Christ and building relationships. Both teams have to be healthy, do they not?
Oh, I tell you what, that's the one thing you cannot come out of this game with is a catastrophic injury. There's no way, Coach Maddox talked about it, there's no way you can keep from that, but you just don't want that to happen. But if you're Boyle County, we talked about stay within themselves. They can't come out so high trying to win that game last year. They have to play their game. They have to tackle in space. They have to make sure they get these athletes from Douglass down on the first tackle. Don't give them extra yards after the catch, after the run. For Douglass, you've got to win the turnover battle. We talked about it, Chris. Boyle plus 16. You can't make that all up in one play, but you've got to get some turnovers tonight. The second thing is, if you're them, you've got to pack the D. You have got to somehow step up and stop this Boyle County averaging 50.3 points per game. I don't care who you're playing. That's a lot of points, Chris.
This is Bronco D. They were tested 2 weeks back versus Trenton Cutright, the great Bryan Station quarterback. He hurt them outside of the pocket. Sage Dawson, a similar type quarterback.
And that's going to kind of be one of the factors tonight. Has Douglass learned anything from that game? It's one thing to learn it. It's another thing to go out there on the field and do it. But tonight, again, it's going to be a good step towards these playoffs because, as Coach McPeak talked about, you're going to have more and more quarterbacks like this the further you get in the playoffs.
A lot of eyes on this game from numerous perspectives. We're so glad you stopped by tonight. Glycod.com. It's Boyle County and Frederick Douglass kickoff when we come back to the farm right after this.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
From Glycod, it's Central Kentucky High School Football. Tonight's game is brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Never underestimate you. CSL Plasma. Do the amazing. Help save lives. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Meyer. Higher standards, lower prices. Traditional Bank. Because who you bank with matters. And by Community Action of Lexington, Martin's Peterbilt, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, and Allstate Insurance Agent Thomas Allen. Now to the field for all the action of Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
It's senior tonight on the farm. Frederick Douglass taking the field opposite Boyle County. Just a wonderful wrap-up to a regular season here in 2023. Boyle County, three-time defending 4A champs. Douglass winners at the 5A level last year. And this is certainly the marquee event in Central Kentucky tonight for high school football.
I would say marquee across the state. This is just a huge game tonight. I'm excited to be here, excited to see these teams play. Chris, it's hard to believe we're out here in the heat of the summer, the first week, and here we are in the 10th week of this season, closing out the regular season with a huge game.
This broadcast authorized by Frederick Douglass High School with production rights owned by Glycod Media. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. Boyle football to start. This offense tops in the Commonwealth at over 50 points per game, and they will begin this with the football.
And you know, if you're Boyle County, you want to go ahead and set the precedent early. Go ahead this first drive. Take it down the field. If you're Douglass, this is a huge opportunity to your defense to get a stop, to prove that you can stop this high-powered offense.
Bronco kickoff season is underway this evening.
Demarie Brown, a transfer from Danville, back to receive for Boyle. Also Montaven Quisenberry as Cooper Ranvier will boot it away for the Broncos. And Ranvier will hook it right to Quisenberry. And Montaven trying to squirt outside, and he's across the 30. And Boyle will be perched at the 38 to start.
Yeah, he has 2 kickoff returns for touchdown. You can see that. That's one thing. Last week we saw Cooper Ranvier keep on getting touchbacks. That's one thing. If the kicking game, you don't want to give this high-powered Boyle County, even their return team, you don't want to give them many opportunities.
Boyle County offensive line features McClure, Wade, Gorley, and Kelly. We'll also have Isaac Donahue as well. And the Bronco D stiff on the first play.
Yeah, little pitch forward there, and Broncos D was right there to get a loss, big play. Logan Busen in there, a couple other defenders on the big tackle there to put him behind the sticks.
Sage Dawson, senior quarterback, 72% completions on the year. Avery Bodner, the featured running back. Bodner now to the left of Dawson, who's back to throw on second down and long. And that ball's going to be a tad underthrown. And it will be third down and long, pass intended for Jordan Brown.
Well, I tell you what, really good defense there. If you're a defensive back, what you got to do is follow your receiver and then turn and find the ball, and that's exactly what he did. But if you're this Douglass defense, you're not going to get any time to rest. Boyle County's back at the line. They're ready to go.
Third down and long, Boyle. First drive of the game. Bronco D, the front three is Newcomb, Kennedy, and Case. With Busen, Neal, Clay, and Rufus. The backers, Hicks, Menifee, Clinkscale, and Lowe. The secondary on third down and long. And Boyle will be forced to punt. Logan Busen with a chip on that tackle as Quisenberry is brought down.
Boy, just a huge, huge play there.
Caden Clay also involved, and Justin Haddix, his offense still out there, although Sage Dawson, the quarterback, moonlights as the punter.
Yeah, I'd look for a quick kick.
And that's exactly what it was, as Dawson sends it skyward. And that ball's going to be scooped up at the Bronco 42-yard line. Be a net punt of 20.
Yeah, that's one of those that no one was really surprised with that. Sometimes those high kicks are really good, but they also have an opportunity to do what they did, and that spin sideways or back the wrong way. Really good job there by Douglass to get out of the way. Great field position to start this game.
Broncos offensive lineman, Kennedy left tackle, Austin Harmon the left guard, Isaac Lightfoot the center. The right side has Howard Carter, an Arkansas commit. Missouri Madison at right tackle. Sophomore Jackson Stroutman, his first season as a varsity starter, in a shotgun for Douglass. And an inside handoff and no gain as the ball carrier tried to squirt outside. It was Tay Allen on the tote.
Yeah, good tackle there by J.C. Crow. Was right there, was able to tackle him for a loss. Both these teams started off running, and right now, and neither team's had success so far after these first play.
Pharaoh Watts did not play last week. The featured Douglas running back, he will play tonight, recovering from the injury at second down and long. Broncos, just over 2 minutes have elapsed after Boyle goes 3 and out. Stroutman sneaking up in the pocket, and he will be sacked back at the 40 in a loss of 2.
Really good play there. They got a lot of pressure. That's what Coach McPeak talked about, the fact with Jackson Stroutman, you've got to get him some protection back there. That time they didn't. So 3rd and long, another huge play here. If Boyle can get 3 and out, boy, that's kind of surprising. Both these teams are going to have 3rd and long on their first possession. High-powered offenses.
This Bronco defense, rather a Rebels defense, coordinated by Travis Burns. A very strong unit as Douglas stares at 3rd down and long. Stroutman maneuvering in the pocket, brought down again.
Really good job there by the defense. I tell you what, Boyle County that time, they did not have any open holes for Stroutman to squirt through and was able to get a sack. 4th down, and they're going to have to, Douglas is going to have to punt. Both teams 3 and out on their first possessions.
Gage Feltner credited with the sack as Stroutman devoured on both 2nd and 3rd down. And the Broncos staring at 4th down and about 17 as they'll punt it away. Cooper Ranvier sends it skyward, end over end, fair caught at the 36 by Quisenberry. The net punt of 23 yards.
Yeah, both these teams, neither one were able to really flip the field on those punts. So right now, both teams are trying to catch their breath. I think now you're going to see a little more normality to this, but I tell you what, really good start by both defenses.
Take a look at the series. This is the 3rd year in succession these two teams have met. Deadlocked at 1. Broncos won big last year in Danville. And since, Boyle has yet to lose. Bodner gets the call, and Avery Bodner up to about the 39-yard line, a nice chunk of 4 yards.
Yeah, good blocking there. Coach Haddix talked about the big up front of Douglas, that they're going to have to really get some good blocking schemes, and right there got a little bit of yardage.
Boyle offense hastily going back to the line of scrimmage. As Dawson flips it out in the flat, and that ball grabbed by Jordan Brown, and Brown already 2 targets in this game, and he'll be wrapped up very close to a first down up at the Boyle 46-yard line.
Yeah, good play there. He was able to go out to that sideline, get open, nice pass over to him, able to get that first down. Sage Dawson, good job, threw that ball way across the field there.
That's Brown's 11th grab of the year. And Boyle County with the first down in this game, as they'll have it just shy of the 50 on first down at 10. And Quisenberry bursting through the hole up to the 46, and there you see that burst that he has.
I tell you what, yeah, quick first step. You talk about he's the definition there. Great job on the pitch, found that hole, got a big gain there. 2nd and kind of 4 or 5, I tell you what, that gives you a lot of options, and they're going to go wide out to the left, everyone out there. Good job by Douglas's defense, because, boy, there were a lot of blockers out there, but they actually lost some yards on that one.
3rd down and about 3 coming up for this Bronco defense. Dawson fumbled the snap, scooped it up, and he'll dart forward for a first down. Sage Dawson, a 7-yard pickup after bobbling the snap.
Boy, I tell you what, a huge play there, because that could have been 4th down. I think they would go for it, but boy, as you said, he bobbled the snap, picked it up off the ground, and was able to get the first down. Huge play for Boyle County.
Presence of mind by Dawson. And Boyle County with 2 first downs on this march.
Equipment issue making Douglas go off the sideline, fix a towel or something in the back here. So not an injury, but the official sent him off, told him to get it fixed up before he came back in.
5 minutes elapsed in this first. Boyle County with the football for the second time. They went 3 and out on their first drive, as did the Broncos. Dawson in a gun. Back to throw, and he's going to flip it to the far side. Brown's going to catch it again and squeeze up the near sideline for an apparent first down.
Yeah, another good throw there. I'll tell you what, Dawson took a big hit after he threw that ball, but stood in the pocket, made a nice throw out, and you said Brown again, another catch.
It's Brown's second grab on this drive. They've seen something has Boyle on the near sideline as Brown has been locked up with Jeremiah Lowe.
Yeah, he's been open a lot, giving a lot of ground with Lowe.
First down and 10 on the near hash for the Rebels. And Dawson back to throw, guns it. And that's going to be another first down up the near sideline to the 14-yard line. And a pitch and catch for a first down.
Yeah, really good job there. They're, as you said, they're getting a lot of space out there on the side, really being able to hit their receiver. And it's like you got a Douglas player down on the sideline over there.
We will step aside back in 30 seconds. First down and 10 Boyle County when we come right back on Glycod.
Did you know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Cartown Kia. Visit their showroom at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville, or browse their inventory.
And back to live action on first down and 10 as Dawson a quick handoff up the middle. It's Avery Bodner inside the 10.
Yeah, again, they're having a lot of success with that little pitch play there, and they're just getting huge chunks of yards here on this second series for them. I think everyone's settled down after that first series, and this offense is showing that.
Terrian Hicks, by the way, the injured Bronco while you were away. He was able to get off the field under his own power. It's Dawson out in the end zone, and a pitch and catch, and a Boyle County touchdown. Montaven Quisenberry.
Tell you what, his numbers are just gaudy, and he just adds to them there. 9th TD reception. He has 11 running. I tell you what, here it is. Look, what's outside, and boy, you can try to stop him, but he was open in the corner of the end zone. But a great pass again, right on the numbers.
Andrew Carr on for the point after. Bodner will hold as Carr's kick a little bit low, but it's up and through in Boyle County. A very impressive drive. They lead by 7, and we're back to the farm after this on Glycod.
I'm Dr. Jenny Millen. I'm owner and chiropractor at Triple Crown Chiropractic and Wellness. I started this practice in 2010, and Traditional Bank is the 4th bank I've tried. After switching, I feel like I'm home. I'm from a small town, and that hometown feel of knowing that they care about where you are now and where you are going in the future, that is a win-win for me.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Sage Dawson, his 22nd touchdown pass of the season, and Montaven Quisenberry on the receiving end, and now Boyle will kick it away to the Broncos.
It's going to be a huge series early on in the game, but the Broncos, they have to do something on the offensive end this time.
Douglas going 3 on out on their first drive. Relatively short field for Boyle as they began the play in the vicinity of the 40 after a short punt from Ranvier. And Carr down and dirty, and it's gobbled at the 33 of Douglas.
Yeah, again, both these teams have such strong athletic return men that's a smart play there. Put the ball on the ground, give Douglas the ball about the 30, 32-yard line.
DeMarcus Surratt, Lafayette transfer, able to capture it for the Broncos as Douglas dropping anchor at their 32. Great crowd on hand tonight. It is senior night for Frederick Douglass, and of course Boyle County bringing an outstanding attendance from Danville. So the Broncos right to left. As Stroutman will leave it with Pharaoh Watts, his first carry, and Watts maneuvering up to the 35 and a gain of 3.
Yeah, it's a good job there by Douglas. You just got to get some positive yardage. The last time all three of their downs, they moved backwards. So that time you want to get some positive yards. See if you can open up this defense just a little bit.
Watt's been banged up at times. We told you he missed the game last week. He also missed one earlier this season with an injury. It's a second down and about 7 for Frederick Douglass from their 35-yard line. Stroutman taking another look at things, awaiting the snap from center Isaac Lightfoot. Out of the flat, Ranvier goes high to get it and quickly thrown to the ground. A great tackle by Austin Bodner.
Yeah, he was out there all on his own, and I'll tell you what, really good job. We saw Cooper Ranvier get his first 2 touchdowns last week, but that time, very good coverage and a very good tackle.
Talk about tackling in space. That's a great example.
That's exactly right. Sometimes they make that one move and get by you, and he's gone. But that time, got him wrapped up, was able to get him to the ground to make it third down.
This is a big third down for the Broncos, trying to avoid a second 3 and out. From their 38, Watts. And he will be short as he's wrapped up at the 40.
This is one of those kind of a no man's land here. Looks like they're going to go ahead and punt it, which I think is the right call. If you're Boyle County, though, I'd watch for maybe a little trickeration here.
A lot of respect for this Boyle County defense on 4th down and short. As the Broncos, again from the 40, Montaven Quisenberry back for Boyle at his 35-yard line. He is very dangerous in the open field. As Ranvier, a fluttering kick, angling to the right. It takes a great roll, and Terrian Hicks going to chase it down out inside the 10 at the 9, and that'll be a net punt of 51 yards.
Yeah, that's how you flip the field. That's exactly what they wanted to do. Last time the snap was a little bit high. Ranvier, I think, had to rush that punt, but boy, that one got a great bounce, and as you said, Boyle County's going to have a long field.
Boyle County possession at the 9, and that's one of those punts that Ranvier perhaps wanted on the first one. But this one, a gem of a kick. And the Rebels will have it at their 10.
Yeah, if you're Quisenberry, you really don't want to let that ball hit. Go ahead and fair catch it. Go over there and get it, but don't let it do what it did and take about a 30-yard bounce on you.
Trips to the near side as Quisenberry now in motion. Dawson out in the flat, a great play call, and down the hill as there's the first flag of the game as Bodner wrapped up at the 37, but a hanky.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a holding down the field, but man, what a great pass there. Was able to throw that ball sidearm. Sage Dawson, just a great job. Like you said, a great play call, but you're going to be holding. Here he is. Look at this. He gets right there's the hold. Just didn't let him go. It's going to be a spot hold, so it's still going to be probably second and very short.
Take a look at the officials. John Smoot is the white hat. And that's going to negate a 23-yard play.
Chris, you know this is a big game. We have a full officials cast tonight. Hadn't always been the case this year, but this one we have every official is on the field tonight.
So the play will stay. It is a first down, but yardage back at the 16. So in essence, about a 17-yard penalty as Boyle tries to creep up the mountain in the belly of Bodner. punishing tacklers as he's taken down at the 25-yard line.
He did a really good job there, Chris. You could tell he was supposed to go through one hole, put his foot down, and was able to turn, find another hole, and get that big yardage for the first down.
Now, we've seen the whole package from him.
Yeah.
Catches the ball out in the flat, and here just a punishing run inside.
Yeah, he's gonna punish you. You're right.
Back to work goes Boyle on first down at 10. And out in the flat, and Quisenberry finds a way outside and wrapped up as he just does cross the 30.
And Quisenberry's another guy. You got to tackle him in space. You saw it right there. He was able to get away. He should have been tackled for about no gain or a gain of 2. And then he got away and got the yardage. You see right here, 1 miss, 2 miss, 3 misses, and then he gets outside. You just can't let him do that and get a huge gain.
So Boyle County ahead of the chains here on second down and about 3. A run inside, going to be close to a first down. Quisenberry again with the tote, and it will be a first.
If Douglas had any doubt, they're playing against the big boys tonight. So they're right now, they've got to kind of find a way to get a stop here, because right now Boyle County's having their way on offense.
Well, despite the classification, Boyle County in 4A, all the statewide polls have them at the number 1 slot. That's statewide, and a handoff going for about no gain. It was Bodner that was brought down.
Good job there by the defense. Now what you got to do is you got to get back-to-back plays. You can't give up a big play. Douglas is going to have to figure out something. As you said it, Chris, on both sidelines, they have receivers. Every time they want to throw the ball out there, there's a lot of space out there. They've got to kind of tighten that up.
D'Amico Kennedy with a stop, second down and long for Boyle. As we near the 1-minute mark as Quisenberry zooming outside, and that Douglas front very stingy, forcing him for a loss of about 3.
Much better job. Game tackling out there, was able to get to him. Looks like we got another Douglas player down.
Take another look at this play by that Douglas front.
At that time, that's what you need to do. You just take him out to the sideline. That's what they are able to do. Get that loss and have a big third down play coming up here.
Going to be third down at 12. With an official's timeout, we will step aside. Back in 30 seconds on Glycod.com.
You know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Cartown Kia. Visit their showroom at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville, or browse their inventory at cartownkiausa.com. Cartown Kia, movement that inspires.
Welcome back to the farm in Lexington. Chris Labar along with Rick Reams. A big third down coming up for Boyle, as Frederick Douglass will watch Terrion Hicks. Second time we've seen him ailing on the field.
Well, I tell you what, that's one thing. You don't really want to lose him, but in the same sense, you don't want to lose him long term. So be interesting to see he goes back in. I tell you, Chris, the way he's walking, it almost looks like a cramp, and that would kind of make sense if that's the case, to have that happen twice, because sometimes you think you're back, and then, boy, all of a sudden that leg, whatever it is, cramps back up on you.
Dakotas Fields is the nickel, so Fields will replace Hicks in this formation on third down and long. As Dawson rolling to the near side, backside pressure, and Dawson loose and brought down at the 39-yard line.
Big tackle. Great job there. I believe that ball came loose and came out of bounds, Chris, so a big hit there.
Like Jeremiah Lowe involved in that play as we take another glance.
Yeah, it did a really good job. He comes up from the secondary, and watch this big hit right on the ball, right there. And that ball it popped out of bounds. Boyle got very lucky there.
The fourth down and about 6 as Boyle County will punt for The second time, or at least all indications, they'll punt in Dawson, aiming it to the right. And it will squirt down the sideline. Crafty punt out at the 29-yard line.
Tell you what, that's one thing you better watch, though. He's not near as far back as a regular punter is, and on that, we saw the last week or 2 weeks ago where the quarterback actually kicked it to the backside of one of his linemen, so they're going to have to keep an eye on that. But very smart play there to kick away from the returner of Douglas.
35-yard punt as the Broncos offense back on the field. They'll have it from the 30. Lone score this game, a Sage Dawson to Montaven Quisenberry touchdown pass. As the Broncos, a new formation here as Stroutman sandwiched between Allen and Darion Talbert. A pair of receivers out far, and here's a handoff to Talbert, and Talbert, a lot of speed there, and speed on both sides of the ball as Talbert is brought down across the 30.
Yeah, just not getting a whole lot of room out there. Douglas is going to go this whole quarter without a first down, Chris. I don't think we could have guessed that one.
Back after this, Boyle County on top of Douglas at the farm. Second and long when we come back.
Paramedics do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you by donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Second down and long as we welcome you back. Chris LeBar alongside Rick Reams. Broncos from their 32-yard line. Stroutman going to heave it down. He's looking for Ranvier, and Ranvier had that ball broken up at the last moment by Bodner.
I tell you what, beautiful defense there. Austin Bodner was able to get that arm out. Not only that, but he knocked that ball down, Chris. That's really impressive.
Ranvier did everything but catch that ball, and wonderful coverage out there. And it will be third down and long.
Yeah. Bodner's on both sides of the ball.
Both these teams so well coached, and it shows up play after play. As Stroutman is in the gun on third and long across the middle. Little contact. An incomplete pass intended for Avion Chenault.
Yeah, Demarie Brown was out there, and like you said, a little bit of early contact it looked like, but just got to put enough pressure on him for another 3 and out for Douglas. So this offense still hasn't tasted the first down. They need to get another big punt here by Ranvier to try to flip this field. And I would guess that Quisenberry will not let this ball go over his head this time.
Ranvier's last punt in excess of 50 yards. He'll be nestled up against his 17 as Boyle County's Quisenberry at his 38 to return as Ranvier slices it over to the left. Quisenberry cradles. And Quisenberry parading up that sideline. Finally brought down at the 31-yard line, a return of some 29 yards.
Yeah, and a net gain of 0 for Douglas on that. I tell you what, Quisenberry, he's just electric. You talked about, watch him here. Once he gets outside, boy, he is tough to bring down. Douglas was able to finally catch up to him, but just great field position for Boyle County.
Another short field for the Rebels. Time of possession and field position have favored them heavily here in this first half.
Yeah, that's something. Douglas is usually the team that gets all of those breaks, but right now they're just not doing it. Right now, defense has to come up with the big stop again.
Pair of receivers to the near side in the belly of Bodner, and Bodner lassoed down at the 28. We've got some extracurriculars away from the ball.
Yeah, the referees are coming to talk. Going to kind of cool everyone down. Smart on that play. Don't call a penalty right there. Talk to the kids, but if it happens again, then go ahead and do it.
So second down and long.
Gain of 2, second and 8.
Second down and 8. And another quick handoff. This is Bodner bulldozing his way inside the 10. And it's going to be first down and goal, Boyle County.
Tell you what, Boyle County's offense right now is just having their way on that quick pitch. They're able to go ahead and get the first down there. Just huge first and goal. Bodner makes a great move there and then gets inside, gets all the way down to inside the 10-yard line.
First down and goal, Boyle County, as they try to string back-to-back scores together, and they'll have it now from about the 6.
Got another Douglas player down. Got Busen.
Yeah, it appears to be Broncos Logan Busen. Boyle County on the march. They'll have it second and goal from the 6 when we come back right after this on Glycod.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Second and goal, Boyle from the Broncos 6. Bootleg Dawson. Lofted pass, and Quisenberry got tied up too tight next to the line, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, great defense there by Darian Neal. He was able to get out there with Quisenberry, just nowhere to throw that ball. Had to throw it over him, hope Quisenberry could get there, and he just couldn't catch up to it. Very good defense there by Douglas.
Neal has had a fantastic season, both he and Clay as well, at that linebacker spot. It'll be third down and goal. This is a big play in this game.
Yeah, and that's a lot to ask your linebacker out there on Quisenberry, but he did a beautiful job that time.
Gage Feltner's in the backfield for Boyle. He is to the left of Dawson with his companion Bodner to the right on third down and goal. Dawson, denied at the goal line. Thought he had a seam up the middle. He'll be brought down at the 2.
Yeah, I tell you what, really good play there. It looked like, as you said, looked like he was going to go into the end zone, but a great play to stop in the 2. You talk about a huge play, but here it is. Watch this. He tries to get it, gets up the middle. Right there, looks like he's going to go in, and boy, a big stop there. So fourth down.
Back to the line goes Boyle on fourth down and goal.
Going to go Wildcat with Quisenberry.
And we're going to have a Justin Haddix timeout. High drama on the farm. A big fourth down play when we come right back.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Fourth down and goal. Boyle football from the Douglas 2.
You see the last play they had Dawson go in motion. Quisenberry was going to be Wildcat. Coach Haddix saw something he didn't like with that. Now look at this formation, Chris.
Dawson now up under center. Leaves it with Bodner, and Bodner inching and powering his way in for a touchdown.
Good play there. That time they got up to the line, under center, handed it off, followed his blockers into the end zone.
And credit Justin Haddix. He called timeout. He got the play call he wanted, and his kids executed it perfectly.
Yeah, there was something he saw in that Wildcat that he did not like, and boy, came back in, like you said, a great execution there.
Be first down coming up for Douglas, but right now point after for Andrew Carr. Low snap, and Carr's kick up and through, and Boyle County, a very impressive first half. They lead 14-0 on Glycod.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Boyle County leading 14-0, and what a great play call by Coach Haddix.
I tell you what, that's something they saw. They didn't like what they saw. They called the timeout, used it to their perfection, got behind their big line, and let Bodner do the business, get in there. But, yeah, like you said, great play call. Give a 14-0 lead. You know, I think Boyle County answered my question, are they going to come in too high? The answer is no. They're coming in. Right now they're taking care of business.
Well, they look good, don't they? And Douglas, a big drive looming for them. As Carr will kick it away.
It's just going to be interesting to see where Douglas goes. They're not having luck on the ground or in the air. I think they're going to have to try some different things.
Onside kick and a clever recovery at the 45-yard line. It was scooped up by Terry Kaysen after glancing off a teammate.
I tell you what, that was a great kick there. He was able to get it off the front line's foot. Sometimes that'll bounce right back to you. That's a live ball there. If you watch this, right off the foot, and as you said, Kaysen, very, very smart, wasn't turning back to block, was able to fall on that ball. And maybe that's the difference they need. They get the ball at the 45-yard line, great field position.
Douglas's best launching point in this first half. This will have it from the 45. Pharaoh Watts, the back position to the left of Stroutman. And Stroutman darting to the near side. And a hard-earned 4-yard gain up to the 49-yard line.
That time they did a little bit different, fake the pitch out, let Stroutman go the other way. Wouldn't be surprised to see them start rolling, hit him out a little bit, trying to get the pass out there, get him out of the pocket there. You see here, fake there, had some linemen out in front of him, but just got about a 3 or 4 yard gain, which is what they want to do. They got to get a first down.
We've seen Stroutman having some success running the football. There's Watts with the call, and Watts crossing midfield to the Boyle 49-yard line in a critical third and medium looms.
Boy, this is a huge play, as you said, just very, very critical. Douglas has got to get a first down. Chris, it's awfully early in the second quarter, but you could be in 4-down territory here if you're Douglas, because right now they're having a lot of trouble stopping Boyle County's offense.
I think you are in 4-down territory as split out far Chenault. Stroutman in the gun, Watts in his hip pocket, 3rd down and 5. And a flag.
Oh, boy. That's what you don't want to do, is put yourself behind the sticks even further here.
So 3rd down and 5 becomes 3rd down and 10. We take a look at the Douglas Broncos sideline, still trying to find the right ingredients in this game.
Well, I tell you what, that's just where you just can't shoot yourself in the foot there. You had 3rd, as we talked about, probably 2 downs to get 5 yards. Now you're looking at 10 yards.
That changes the complexion of this play call unquestionably on 3rd down and long. Ranvier sprinting in motion to the near side. And Stroutman needing 10. Leaking out of the backfield is Kaysen, and he is held.
Did a really good job. Kaysen did there. I tell you what, you just keep on running into that defender. Make the official call that, and he did a really good job. We've seen Kaysen kind of come of age the last couple weeks. A good play there to get the first down. As you see here, the pass goes out. Once that pass is in the air, just keep on running into that defender, and he kept on grabbing him. Call a hold on him.
So 3rd down and 10 prior to the hold. When you talked about Kaysen's role in this offense, it started 2 weeks back at Bryant Station on that 41-yard screen pass for 6, and his role has expanded in each passing week.
And that's what they need to do. They're going to have to find someone that they can get open to the outside. He had one-on-one, a good throw there by Stroutman to get him out there. And like I say, just make that defender hold you.
1st down and 10, the result. The Broncos pick up a key 1st down as Stroutman in the belly of Watts and just no room to run inside.
No, I think they're going to have to. They're still trying to get the inside run, but they're just not having any success right now.
That's Cole Stenalis with the stop. And it's 2nd down and 10. From the Boyle County 45-yard line. Montaven Quisenberry, touchdown reception of some 20 yards in the first quarter. And then Avery Bodner with a 1-yard plunge moments ago for Boyle. Stroutman, backside pressure, and down he goes.
Boy, I tell you what, this defense is really, really sharp there. Looks like that was, again, Colstonanos on the tackle, was able to get back there. Just wasn't, the running back just wasn't able to control him. Got the sack for bringing up a huge 3rd down.
This is a really good football team, Rick.
I tell you what, this is, if you had any doubt why this team's ranked number 1 in the state, boy, this first quarter and a half has proved the fact that they are the real deal.
3rd down and 16. Douglas from their 49, still good field position, but a big 3rd down and long staring them in the face. Darion Talbert in motion to the near side. As Stroutman back to throw, he's looking for Chenault, and Chenault goes high to get it, and it squirts free, incomplete.
Boy, there was a lot of contact before that ball came down to him. Chris, I'd like to see that again, because I tell you what, that he almost made a wonderful catch, but boy, he was getting really held all the way down the field. Kind of hard to see there, but boy, I thought he was going to bring that ball in, but just couldn't hold on to it. So Douglas, they have no choice but on 4th and 15 to go ahead and punt.
Ranvier to punt again. Quisenberry back for Boyle.
Yeah. The gunner on Douglas got a little head start there out there to try to get down there to Quisenberry.
The hidden yardage in a game and Quisenberry's role so big for this Boyle County team.
Yeah, I tell you what, I mean, I don't blame you. If you can get a head start on him, go ahead and try, because we've seen his power, his elusiveness, his speed. He has the real deal, and that time just tried to get a little early start.
So Ranvier now will retreat back inside his 30. A spiraling driving kick bounces at the 10, flipped back in play, and the Broncos will down it at the 5-yard line.
They called a touchback. Official was right there. I'm going to give him credit. He threw the beanie into the end zone right away, but boy, a huge kick there.
Landon Menifee nearly made a miraculous play to flip that ball back, as you see.
Yeah. And it was right. His foot was right there on the line, but it doesn't really matter. The ball had crossed the plane, so it's going to be a touchback. Boyle County's ball. Huge field difference there.
At the 20-yard line is this Boyle County outfit leading by 2 scores.
Yeah, Douglas cannot afford to get so far behind. They have got to get a stop or a turnover here.
Dawson in motion, rolling. Nudges it to Bodner, and Bodner will plow forward across the 25. And a late flag.
Yeah, I tell you what, just Very difficult to take him down. And if you're Douglas, you're going to have to watch your emotions right now. A lot of talking, a lot of frustration out there. Not sure what the call is going to be.
There's a block out on the perimeter in the vicinity of that play as well. This is a big mark-off. It's going to be, looks like against Douglas.
Yeah, I haven't seen the official what he called. He called it to the wrong sideline there, but it's only a 5-yard penalty, but still a first down after the run. So
mark it at the Boyle 31. Rebels 2 timeouts remaining. Douglas will have the football to start the second half, but this a key drive in this game as Bodner wrapped up for no gain.
Yeah, really good job there by the Douglas's defense. Seems like when they go under center, that ball's going to go kind of right up the middle. Dawson was able to get it up the middle, but really good defense for a loss there.
From the 30, it's second down and 10. Pair of receivers to the near side. Dawson floats it forward, and Quisenberry squirming and squeezing.
Ball.
And that ball spills forward, and the Broncos have it.
There it is. That's the big play they needed. Quisenberry tried to get that extra yard. Again, a big hit. We saw it earlier in the first quarter against Dawson, but it bounced out of bounds. But let's watch this. He's able to get outside, makes one move there, but watch the hit right there. Was able to shake that ball loose. Douglas has the ball. This could be the momentum change they need.
Boyle County's first miscue in this game, and the Broncos stationed at their 34-yard line.
Yeah, so right now they're only plus 15, Chris, so takes a notch down.
And the Broncos plus 1,
yes.
But a big one it is. We'll see if they can capitalize. Stroutman hands to Tay Allen, and Allen squirming for a precious few up to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, right now, I tell you what, this defense of Boyle County, they weren't out there a lot. They didn't get much rest, but they came back out ready to play. You can tell they don't want to give up any points either.
They're running the football, and Coach McPeak talked about it in the pregame. It's certainly, yards are at a premium against a really good team, and the Broncos have to find a way to move the ball on the ground.
They sure do.
Chenault in motion. Stroutman heaving in the end zone, and that ball.
Oh, who are they going to give it to?
Ranvier, touchdown, Douglas!
That was a 50-50 ball, and Ranvier came down with it. Boy, I think at first that was an interception, but Ranvier did a great job. Just keep on fighting. Let's take a look here as this ball goes all the way down. Watch, they both have it. Ranvier pulls loose from him, gets the ball for the touchdown.
Cooper Ranvier, his third touchdown in 2 weeks. And Douglas capitalizing on that fumble recovery.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. You get a turnover, you've got to turn it into points.
Logan Busen will hold. Cooper Ranvier trying to complete the exacta with the PAT. And it's 14-7. We got a ball game at the farm. Back in 30 seconds on Glycod.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
.34-yard touchdown reception. Stroutman to Ranvier as we take another look.
Yeah, just like I say, a jump ball, a 50-50 ball. Ranvier came away with it, gets the touchdown. Something you don't see very often. Coach McPeak showed a lot of emotion after that touchdown. Went out, grabbed Ranvier, hugged him, gave him a big high five. He's into this game. He knows that's the momentum shift that they needed. What you have to do now is you got to get another stop. And if you're Douglas, you really want Ranvier to try to get a touchback here and do not give these return men any option to take the ball down the field.
Still a lot of time left in this second quarter. A high-level game on the farm. Boyle County, Frederick, Douglass combined. They've won the last 4 state championships as Ranvier, a powering, ascending drive for a touchback.
That's exactly what you want to do. You do not want to give those any option to run that ball back, so now your defense comes back out, after a huge hit, a huge turnover. This defense is fired up. What's going to happen now? You can't be too high again. You still, as you said, Chris, this quarter's not over. 4:38. We've seen what Boyle County's offense can do. They need to string it together drive, and Douglas has to get another stop.
It's Boyle County offense back to work. From the 20-yard line. Bodner gets the call from Dawson, and Bodner trudging up to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, not a big gain there. If you're Douglas's defense, you feel good about getting that stop there. Bodner's been tough to take down tonight, but that time defensive line was able to get to him and bring him down just for a short gain.
Get the sense that position on the field may indicate what Boyle County does here, so they're backed up inside their 20.
You're exactly right. And, the one thing they've gone away from is those passes out to the sidelines that were so open in the first quarter. Bodner again with the ball.
Leg still churning up to the 25-yard line. We do have a whistle after the play.
They were just blowing that dead, so that way you're going to have third and 5 here. A big play for both teams. But if you're Douglas's defense, boy, if you could get another 3 and out and get your offense the ball, huge time.
Well, what's the play call for Justin Haddix? Do you keep it on the ground here on 3rd down and medium?
I would get Quisenberry involved if I'm Coach Haddix.
Bodner position now to the left of Dawson. And Bodner darting to the right, wrapped up and slung down for a loss back at the 20.
Yeah, there's Neal again, a huge play. This time they may line up in that little quick kick, but they're going to have to punt the ball here.
Rick, all the defensive coaches talk about reading your keys and staying at home, and Neal was right there.
Neal was right there, and that's what he did. He got through the block, was able to get to the sideline and make the tackle. Really good play by Neal. We've seen 2 good plays by him. Now we're going to see this high-powered Douglas return team. Avion Chenault last week ran one back for a touchdown. 2 minutes, 34 seconds left. This could be another big play here.
It's a loss of 4. Sage Dawson, a couple of quick punts. He'll need more on this one. And he'll propel it forward. Lowe cradles at the 45. Lowe trying to set something up. Sliding across the 40. Down to the 36.
Yeah, you see Lowe, you see Chenault. They have such high-powered just athleticism back there. Really good field position. 2-17. Boy, Chris, I mean, you can get a score here. You get the ball back to start the second half. Who would have thought at 14-0? It looked like Boyle was going to walk away with this game. But that huge turnover by Quisenberry has really changed things up so far.
Only an exchange of 11 yards in field position after the Boyle punt in the Low return. Tate Allen is the back for the Broncos from the Boyle County 36-yard line. Darion Talbert trying to squirm his way through a shallow opening, and Talbert across the 35 to the 33.
Yeah, good job by Talbert, but also a good job by the Boyle County defense, because a lot of times Talbert squeezes through there, as you said, that slim opening and breaks that wide open for a touchdown. You can see here, right here, he had a little crease, but they were able to grab hold of him and bring him down for not a big gain, but still, if you're Douglas, you'll take any gain you can get on this offense.
Gain of about 3, and the Broncos still with 3 timeouts remaining. 1:44 in this first half as Ranvier trots in motion. Tate Allen lumbering forward up to the 29.
I'm surprised Douglas isn't using there. They go. Using their timeout. As you said, they have 3 left. A big 3rd down play coming up here.
Sure is. 3rd down and about 3 after the Allen play call. We will step aside back in 30 seconds on Glycod.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Third down and a long 3 for the Broncos. 1:25 left in this second quarter. As Stroutman in the shotgun, Kaysen and Talbert in motion. Stroutman out in the flat. There's Ranvier. Ranvier has a hole, needs a few for a first down, and he will not get it as he's wrapped up in open spaces. Nice tackle by Bryce Bullock.
Yeah, really good job because Ranvier almost broke through there, but now a big fourth down here.
A lot of pre-snap movement on that play.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised here to see Douglas try to draw them off sides to get some kind of free first down because you know Boyle County is itching to get back to the quarterback.
Number 28, Stroutman out in space. Tay Allen going to be close.
No, he didn't get it. Just a huge, huge series of events there for Boyle County to get the big stop there on fourth down.
Let's take another look, and it looks like he will be about a half yard short.
Yeah, he got turned right there and then got hit. Sometimes you can fall forward for that, but really give Quisenberry. He was the one that made the big hit to stop him right there on the fourth down. So if you're Boyle County, you don't get the ball to start in the second half. I doubt they're going to come out here and just take a knee. I think this team's going to try to move the ball down the field at least the first couple plays to see what happens. And, you go from there. If you don't get something on first down, second down, then you go ahead and just go into halftime with a 7-point lead.
Well, you're from the Hal Mummy School.
Oh, you better believe it. I don't believe in boring football.
Back inside the 30. Brown in motion. And Dawson trying to set something up, and he's going to flip it out in the flat. That's a first down the near sideline as Boyle County will have it a gain of about 35 yards. It's Quisenberry up to the Bronco 44.
Chris, you got that offense. You want to run a wheel route out to him, and you let him go. Yes, call me Hal Mummy, call you what we will. But if I have Quisenberry, I am not going to give up. And look at that run right there. He got another 20 yards after that first hit. And I tell you what, he's such an athlete. He brings that to the game. You've got, with 46 seconds left, you've got to give that opportunity to your athlete.
Boyle County timeout. They have one remaining. As the Broncos respond, Cooper Ranvier catching a contested touchdown pass to get the Broncos on the board. That followed a Douglas fumble recovery on the defensive end. And a lot of action here in the last handful of minutes of this second quarter.
Yeah. With that Ranvier ball, that would have been a jump ball and basketball alternate possession, but he was able to wiggle it loose, was able to come out. But, boy, I tell you what, Boyle County, they can get all the momentum back if there's some way they can at least get some points on the board. If I'm Douglas, you've got to watch Quisenberry because you know if you put too much pressure on him, Bodner can hurt you.
To receiver staircase style to the left. Now Quisenberry in motion. He's going to get the end-around handoff. Quisenberry jetting to the near side and inched out from behind. That was a nice tackle by Caden Clay to force him out.
I'll tell you one thing, though. You saw Quisenberry, the whole thing on his mind was to get out of bounds. He got as many yards as he could. He did a good job there by Douglas, force him out of bounds, but that's exactly what they wanted. Only have one more time. I have 2 timeouts left, so get out of bounds.
From the 32-yard line, back goes Boyle. Dawson heaving it to the boundary, and was that ball caught?
Oh, my.
It's going to be caught inside the 10. A great catch by Jordan Brown.
I tell you what, that ball was thrown to his inside. He made the turn, was able to catch, and they're going quick, Chris.
Take another look at that while we can, as Boyle will go quick. Jordan Brown, his 3rd catch.
Yeah, Boyle just clocked the ball there, saved their timeouts. But I tell you, again, This drive started with 46 seconds left, 17.2 seconds left. You got a first down, and there it is. Look at that catch. No one thought, I mean, both the defenders didn't think there's any way he was going to get to it. I thought it was almost going to be intercepted. He made the turn of his body and made a huge catch down there.
Second down and goal after the clock from the 9. Boyle still one timeout remaining. With 3 receivers, make that 2 on that short side as Dawson stares down the near side, and it's underthrown into double coverage. He's looking for Brown.
They're calling a late hit. Going to call roughing the quarterback there. No doubt where the flag was thrown.
Let's take another look. That pass was intended in the end zone for Demarie Brown.
I think that's why it was short. He's got short-armed it, got a big hit. Going to get half the distance goal line, 13.7 seconds, so still plenty of time. You can get 3 plays off with that because you get an automatic first down here now.
Here's that same formation we saw on the 1-yard sneak from Bodner earlier. Crowded line as Dawson.
This time Douglas called the timeout.
Up, check that.
No,
it's signaled to Boyle, so now the Rebels void of stops.
They definitely saw something they didn't like. But that's interesting. It'd be interesting to see if this time, if they come back out and run the Wildcat, because last time they switched plays to do that. With 12.2 seconds, you can do a running play, but you're going to have to get back up to the line very quickly if you don't put the ball in the end zone, as you said, if you don't have that timeout. The luxury they have is they have a first down, so if you can do a run, you don't get in the end zone, you can go ahead and just spike that ball and stop the clock, but you've got to get your men. You've got to almost call 2 plays here to get things going quickly.
This drive began back inside the Boyle 25. A 35-yard wheel route to Quisenberry injected life into this drive, and then Brown, a miraculous catch inside the 10.
I tell you what, just really, really good play calling, and then some luck, which is what you'll take.
Since 2020, Boyle has lost 3 ball games, one of which occurred last season in Danville to Douglas.
Yeah, Bodner's in the Wildcat. Got Dawson outside as receiver, so they're going to snap it right back to him, let him decide. Be interesting. We've not seen this team play. I don't know if he can throw the ball or not, but it's something to watch.
Quisenberry in the slot. Jordan Brown split out wide. We've got Sage Dawson there, as Ricky alluded to, also split out wide.
Delay on the field. I don't know if it's a clock issue.
12.2 in this first half. Not exactly certain why we've got a delay.
Yeah, they're still looking. It looks like it looks like they're looking at the clock. 31.7.
They're going to adjust some time, perhaps.
I don't think you adjust that much time. Maybe 13.7, I think. If it's 31.7, we're going to move the ball back about 40 yards.
I'd like to get some clarification as to what's going on. Where's Gene's territory?
Well, there's 1.13, minute 13 seconds, so we're just going to keep on going back in time. Again, I think they're trying to put 13 point something on the clock. This is a clock operator's worst nightmare.
All the eyeballs on. You see some trembling.
Everyone's turning around looking. I can only relate to this. I did music one day at church, and I forgot to flip the screen, and everyone turned and looked at me. So I can understand. But right now they're making some calls up. We see the walkie-talkie. There we go. 13.7. That's what they're trying to get to, and we finally got there.
Again, Boyle, no timeouts. First down and goal from the 5.
They're going to go back out into the Wildcat. Same play here. Going to be interesting to see if they roll this out, give them the option to pass it or run it.
Avery Bodner in the gun. Bodner going to try to bulldoze forward, and he is driving, but short down at the 1. And Boyle apparently had one more timeout left, so they will call that final timeout.
That makes a huge difference. If you only had that, if you had 13.7, didn't have that timeout, that was a huge play there. But right now, you're at the 2-yard line with a second down. I think if I'm Boyle, I'm going to throw that ball into the end zone. You just can't take the opportunity of getting a sack or something like that and not being able to stop that clock.
So about 5 seconds evaporate off the clock on that Bodner rush. Got time for 2 passes, do you not?
Absolutely. And, I tell you, the one guy to watch, Quisenberry, you do have a little bit of time. You don't want to take too much time, but I would almost let him run across the field and try to hit him like they did on that first touchdown, find him in the corner of the end zone.
Andrew Carr is the kicker. 1 of 1 on field goals this season. He is certainly not part of the offensive mindset here on second down and goal from the 2. Dawson in the gun. And Dawson going to roll right. Heaves it to the boundary. Batted away and incomplete. There's a flag.
Yeah, they're going to call pass interference in the end zone.
Jeremiah Lowe out there in coverage as we take another look.
It's hard, tough to see, but he did. He knocked him off his spot so early. So pass interference. Again, half the distance to the goal line, still 4.2 seconds. I mean, if you're Douglas, not a terrible play. If I'm Douglas, I wouldn't mind doing the same thing again. They're not going to add any time back onto the clock. You're just moving at half the distance to the goal line.
Second down and goal from outside the 1.
Douglas is going to call a timeout this time. I'm sure of it because Boyle doesn't have any more.
Broncos with 1 timeout left. So much riding on the final 4.2 seconds in this half.
Yeah, I tell you what, I think in this point, again, you can use penalties to your advantage if you have to. If you get beat, if Quisenberry's behind you, go ahead and grab them, make them call that penalty, and just keep on playing the play. If you can get a turnover, do that. It's going to be interesting. One thing you could do if you're Boyle County, fake that pass out. We've not seen Dawson run a whole lot tonight, but that's one thing you could do, roll him out. But again, 4.2 seconds. You have to be very cognizant of the clock, and there's not a clock in that end zone. So they're just going to have to play off field here.
This Bronco crowd trying to will the defense as Dawson up under center. Hands to Bodner, trying to power in. He's short again.
Nope, that is going to end. That's it. That's a chance you take.
Take another look. The head linesman there took his time, but signaled Bodner short.
Yeah, Douglas came over the top. Watch this, jumps over the top. That was Logan Busen, and they were able to stop that. And I tell you what, just a huge play to end the half with Douglas getting the ball. Momentum.
Boyle County in a very entertaining first half leads Frederick Douglass by 7 on the farm. We'll step aside. Back for more right after this on Glycod.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
With Fast Signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast Signs. Make your statement.
Did you know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by IBEW Local 369. Find out about their apprenticeship and training programs that help you earn while you learn. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential.
14-7, Boyle County leads Frederick Douglass in a very entertaining first half. I'm Chris LaBar along with Rick Reams. This game certainly has not disappointed.
No, I tell you what, this is everything we thought it would be. Boyle County came out strong, gets a 14-0 lead. They have a plus 16 turnover ratio. Turn the ball over, give Douglas good field position. Great play by Cooper Ranvier to get the ball in the end zone, but I think a bigger play right now, second down, goal, 4 seconds left. Tried to run it up the middle, was stopped. The clock ran out. No score for Boyle County. We're still at 14-7.
Yeah, let's take another look at that. And just a huge stymie by the Bronco front.
Yeah, I tell you what, they were able to get leverage underneath, then came up over top, stopped it. And what I love is all the Douglas coaches are telling, get your field, get off the field, don't give the referees an opportunity to stop that clock. And that's exactly what they did, and we're at 14-7. Boy, I tell you what, a high-quality, high-effort, high-talent game tonight,
Boyle
Chris.
County uses the timeout, their last timeout in the play before that, and they went all in on that rush play.
I tell you what, you have to believe you can get in there, but I still think with that 4.2 seconds, Chris, you can get 2 throwing plays in. If nothing else, try 1 throwing play. If you don't get it, then you want to run it, go ahead and do that. But very surprised to see that. What you do is you say, okay, big boys on the offensive line, we're going to trust you to get our players into the end zone, and on that one, they just couldn't do it.
Go back to the Bronco defensive stand on the fumble recovery, middle segment of the second quarter. That changed the complexion of this game.
Yeah, it really did. It changed the momentum. Boyle County, everything was going their way. All of a sudden, Quisenberry makes one move and then gets a big hit. Douglas gets the ball back, 1 play all the way to Ranvier. He makes a great play to get that ball away from the defender. It gets in the end zone. And right now, we talked about it, Douglas gets the ball back to start the second half. Can they continue that momentum and finally get a long, sustained drive?
We will update the stat line in this game. Also, take a look at the scoring summary. That and much more when we come back. But Boyle leads Douglas at the half, 14-7 on Glycod.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity. It's about the best I can put it.
The cost of school is free, actually. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training. So you're getting paid to do your job.
You can start off with absolutely no knowledge, and they're going to give you the tools and the foundation to build up from there.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable, and they care about actually making sure you understand the information that they're presenting to you.
So I know that when I go to motor control, Wayne he's passionate about motor control, and he wants you to get it.
But it's really not like school. It's they're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field. So you're able to implement what you're learning almost on the fly. And sometimes you're learning more things in the field. By the time you get into the classroom, it's like, oh, I already know this.
They break the class down into smaller groups on your class day.
If you need help, you can easily look at whoever's sitting next to you and ask them for help. You know, everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself. This is an organization of brothers and sisters all working together to accomplish a common goal. We work together in the field, and then we become friends on the outside, and it's almost like a family organization at that point.
Nobody I've ever worked with has referred to this job as a job. I went from a job to a life-changing career. So coming out of the apprenticeship program, you can go into a variety of directions with your work. You can become a foreman, you can do motor controls at a manufacturing facility, you can specialize in fire alarm.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
So if you're the kind of person that likes to think things through or see how things work on the inside.
Someone that's detail-oriented, motivated.
I've always seen myself as a hands-on person. Being in an apprenticeship, I'm getting my associate's degree, doing electrical, and being able to do something hands-on.
If you like to build things, this is the place.
It requires you to grow up. Be accountable for yourself because, yeah, they're going to lay out tools to help you be successful, but it's up to you to, grab those tools and build yourself.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
Welcome back to the farm in Lexington. Boyle County leads the Broncos 14-7 at half. Now for a look at your scoring summary presented by Community Action Council. Boyle County with 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. Quisenberry 15-yard touchdown reception. Then Bodner a 1-yard plunge. Followed by a Cooper Ranvier 32-yard touchdown reception for Douglas. And the Broncos with a big defensive stand, Rick, to close that second quarter as well.
Well, I tell you what, really, there for a while in the first and second quarter, Boyle County's offense was able to do anything they want. Sometimes, though, Chris, those the hardest yards to get are those 1 and 2, 3 yards as you're trying to get into the end zone, and then you throw in the clock that's going to cause you problem. 4.2 seconds, could not get that in on a second down, and then, boy, ended up just a huge end of the first half for Douglas. Can they maintain that momentum coming in, getting the ball to start the second half?
Take a look at some some of these halftime numbers, and wow, certainly tilted in one direction with Boyle County having the superior edge on offense.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at that 123-38, with the passing yards and then 82-6 rushing yards, you'd think this game was out of hand. But right now, Douglas has to feel good about where they are. But those numbers speak volumes for Douglas. They've got to figure out a way to get some offense. We talked about it. What Coach McPeak said to you, Chris, let's get some rushing. What do we see? 6 yards in the first half. You're not going to win many ball games doing that.
Broncos 0 of 5, as you see on third down. Neither team been very productive in latter downs. And the Broncos, to your point, Rick, on the ground. Tay Allen leads them 4 carries, 6 yards, and Avery Bodner 14 rushes for 44 for Boyle.
That's a huge difference between those two big running backs. And I tell you what, Douglas, you've got to find some way. We talked about it. Douglas keeps on trying to run to the center of that line. I just don't think they're going to have success there. They're going to have to run some counters. They're going to have to kind of maybe run out a little bit of pitching out to the outside, try to get some room out there, and then also you've got to get some of the big passing plays that you're used to with your big wide receivers, with Chenault out there, with Ranvier. We saw the big catch with Kaysen. You've got to get some first downs and get the ball moving.
Sage Dawson for Boyle, 12 of 14 for 123. Quisenberry through the air, 5 catches, 37 yards, 1 touchdown. Jordan Brown, 3 for 44. And for a guy coming in, Brown only had 10 catches the whole year, and he's been a big factor in this game.
Yeah, I mean, just amazing there in the first quarter, and then that catch. You're not going to see many better catches than you did towards the end of the second quarter there. That ball was thrown to the wrong side of him. He was able to turn and catch the ball. I tell you what, I would love to, if this game was a college game or pro game, they would have stopped and looked at that. But I tell you what, they gave him the ball and then took it on down there. So, yeah, he's had a big first half, and that's one thing that's so frustrating when you try to plan against these teams. You think, okay, we got Quisenberry, we got Baldwin, we got to stop those guys, and then all of a sudden you have a kid like that come out of nowhere.
Jackson Stroutman for Douglas, 3 for 6 for 38 yards and a touchdown. Cooper Ranvier, the only Bronco to catch a pass with 3.
Yeah, I mean, right now they have got to get production. We've seen this offense last week against GRC. They ran wild. They were able to do anything they wanted. They've got to figure out a way to get that ball out quickly. Chris, I think one thing they can do is maybe throw a little bit of screen passes, whether it's a flanker screen, running back screen, whatever they want to do. They've got to get that to get that outside there, get some yards, get some first down, string a drive together. Just don't go 3 and out.
Well, and for the Broncos, they've got to find a way, I think, to get Darion Talbert involved on offense. He's been very quiet thus far.
They've tried a little bit with the running plays, but again, I think you're going to have to try some flanker screens out there. And if you understand, if a flanker screen, what you can do, you'd run 1 or 2 of those, then you can fake it and run Talbot long because, boy, we've seen his athleticism, what a difference maker he is.
Special thanks to Allstate Insurance agent Thomas Allen for his support of Frederick Douglass Bronco football and Glycod.com. Thomas Allen, he's proudly served Central Kentucky and sets high standards for the services his team provides their clients. Allstate Insurance. It's Thomas Allen. There you see contact info based right here in Lexington. We will step aside, talk more about this football game, also preview our post-game as we'll unveil the first annual All-Glycod team in Central Kentucky. Rick and I will talk a little bit more about that when we come back on Glycod.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
First responders do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you by donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
Let's get real. For a lot of people, 4 years of college might as well be $1 million. With us, you can get a certificate in a matter of months and start a career right away. College for the real world. College for your world.
I'm your overly competitive brother. Psych. And I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me. Thanks, bro. Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
Halftime in Lexington. Boyle County leads Frederick Douglass 14-7. Welcome back. I'm Chris LeBar along with Rick Reeves. At the conclusion of our broadcast tonight, we will unveil the first annual All-Glycod team in Central Kentucky. 7 student athletes on offense, 7 on defense between the FCPS teams, and really a wide pool of talent to select from.
Yeah, I mean, this is really a strong year. There's some teams that are a little up, some teams that are a little bit down. But I think the impressive thing is just to see, as you said, the talent across the board here in Lexington. Lexington, let's be honest, has had some down years of football. You're starting to see that pick back up. You're starting to see kids play at a younger age come on the field. And these kids that we're going to talk about tonight, they deserve the accolades. They have given their all on the field. I loved in senior night tonight, every player they talked, they interviewed themselves, and they talked about what they learned, advice they would give. And I think that's the important thing. You see some of these kids that are going to be older kids, some of the younger kids, but it's just so important that they get the recognition that they so deserve.
Glycod, along with one of our corporate partners, will present each of the student athletes with a plaque, and then we'll also have a Player of the Year as well. So 15 total student athletes will be unveiled in some very difficult decisions. A lot of great players. We'll talk specifically at the end of this game. So halftime here, Boyle leads 14-7. We'll step aside Frederick Douglass football when we come right back on Glycod.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity. It's about the best I can put it.
The cost of school is free, actually. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training. So you're getting paid to do your job.
You can start off with absolutely no knowledge, and they're going to give you the tools and the foundation to build up from there.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable, and they care about actually making sure you understand the information that they're presenting to you.
So I know that when I go to motor control, Wayne he's passionate about motor control, and he wants you to get it.
But it's really not like school. It's they're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field. So you're able to implement what you're learning almost on the fly. And sometimes you're learning more things in the field. By the time you get into the classroom, it's like, oh, I already know this.
They break the class down into smaller groups on your class day.
If you need help, you can easily look at whoever's sitting next to you and ask them for help. You know, everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself. This is an organization of brothers and sisters all working together to accomplish a common goal. We work together in the field, and then we become friends on the outside, and it's almost like a family organization at that point.
Nobody I've ever worked with has referred to this job as a job. I went from a job to a life-changing career. So coming out of the apprenticeship program, you can go into a variety of directions with your work. You can become a foreman, you can do motor controls at a manufacturing facility, you can specialize in fire alarm.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
So if you're the kind of person that likes to think things through or see how things work on the inside.
Someone that's detail-oriented, motivated.
I've always seen myself as a hands-on person. Being in an apprenticeship, I'm getting my associate's degree, doing electrical, and being able to do something hands-on.
If you like to build things, this is the place.
It requires you to grow up. be accountable for yourself because, yeah, they're going to lay out tools to help you be successful, but it's up to you to, grab those tools and build yourself.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Back to Lexington, Boyle County leading Frederick Douglass 14-7. Second half will kick momentarily. Rick, at the beginning of the show, we talked about some of the keys to the game. Let's revisit those and take another look. Your thoughts first on what Boyle has done well.
Yeah, well, with Boyle County, we talked about they had to stay within themselves. They've done that. They've come out. They weren't too high. They just played their game. Tackle in space. The numbers prove that they are doing that. They're able to make the tackles after the first hit, other than the big catch by Rombier. And then if you're Douglas, you have to win the turnover battle. So far, they're ahead in that. The problem is right now they're having a little bit of trouble stopping this Boyle County offense. But I tell you what, that big stop at the end of the fourth, or the end of halftime, could pay big dividends later on in this game.
And that big turnover in this game, Broncos with the key takeaway. And they will have the football to start this second half. So glad you joined us tonight on Glycod. I'm Chris LeBar alongside Rick Reams. Our on-site producer tonight, Shidrok Artistani, with Joe O'Melian on top tonight with camera work. A great wrap-up to the 2023 regular season.
Yeah, they got this crowd up and going, this Douglas crowd. They're ready to play this second half.
And the Broncos invigorated as they jetted off the halftime surface after that big goal line stand. And the Broncos, another onside kick. Finally gobbled up at the 35 on the second attempt. That was Surratt able to scoop it free.
Yeah, he's done that twice on kickoffs tonight. Chris, the only team I've seen run off the field better, the court quicker, was when Nazir Muhammad tipped the ball in Nashville and Tubby Smith got him off. Now, I know every time I say this, my kids are like, Dad, quit telling how old you are. But that's the only thing I can remember that mimicked this team getting off the field.
From the 35, the Broncos begin their first drive of this second half. As Stroutman accepting the snap from Lightfoot. Here's Talbert to the near side, and Darion ushered out for a shallow gain.
Yeah, that time ran to the short side of the field, but again, they went outside there, and I think that's one thing they're going to have to do. Not much success in the middle, but I'd like to see them run to the wide side of the field, give them a little more opportunity to get outside and use that speed.
So Coach McPeak and crew discussing ways to get Talbert more involved at the half. It'll be second down and about 8. Kaysen in motion. And a flag drops.
Call another false start there.
Broncos now with 6 infractions in this game. So second and 8 becomes a little more problematic.
Yeah, we talked about it in the first half. You go from a 2nd and 8, which is not great, but then you go to a 2nd and 13 off just a false start, and the ball was never snapped. So your linemen have to stay still. Your receivers have to be set and ready to roll.
Handoff again to the near side as Talbert wrapped up. Gage Feltner hit him high. And that was Stenalisis that got him low.
Tell you what, Stenalisis, he's had a big game tonight. Made a lot of big tackles on some really hard players to bring down, and he was able to hold on to Talbert's foot and hold him there. And we talked about what a great athlete there. So 3rd and long. If you're Douglas, man, you brought in the momentum from the end of the first half, but you don't want to get a 3 and out here.
Trips out to the top of your screen. Now Ranvier in motion as Stroutman floats it to Ranvier, and he is blown up for a key loss back about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, on that one, Jackson's he has to roll out to the other side there. He tried to stay right in the middle of the field. He took a big hit. He's walking off slowly. That's what the coaches are talking to him about. Got to get outside there and try to make a play. First player out there to talk to him is the quarterback who's injured, Cole Carpenter. He's trying to impart his wisdom.
It's Ranvier's 4th grab. With this, a loss of about 4.
That's going to hurt his average.
Ranvier back to punt again. And this one, a hooking kick evading Quisenberry, and it takes a great Bronco bounce. Out gathered at the 35-yard line. Be a net punt of 33 yards.
Yeah, I tell you what, that was very close to being blocked. That snap is getting back there very slowly. He was able to get it off, but had to kick it off to the side. But, again, didn't give Quisenberry space.
It's Boyle County offense back to work. 205 yards of offense in the first half.
Back to the Wildcat there with Bodner at quarterback.
Interesting formation to start this half as Bodner fakes a pass and now darts to the right side around right tackle. He'll be plucked down at about the 41-yard line.
Yeah, if I'm Douglas's defensive front, I'm going to let him make that pass. You just go ahead and dare him to make that pass. But as you said, it looks like they're going to continue to go with that.
Well, we saw GRC have some success late in the game last week with a Wildcat.
Now they're going to go back to normal.
There are too many secrets amongst the game's best coaches, and that's exactly what we have here tonight. Gain of about 6 as Bodner bulldozed forward. Empty set Dawson. And Dawson brought down back for a loss back at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, a lot of pressure there. That's really the first time we've seen Dawson just take a quarterback draw. It looked like that was a played call, but a big play by the defense. 3rd down, again, a huge play here for Douglas. Get a stop and get off the field and give the ball back to your offense.
Looked like Marcus Newsom got in there, and it's 3rd down and 5. Little trickeration. Here's Quisenberry down the slope to the near side, and a first down. Lowers the shoulder at the Bronco 48-yard line, a pickup of 11.
Yeah, I tell you what, if you want to get a first down, a lot of times you just get the ball to Quisenberry in space. That's what they're able to do, and Boyle County's going to get quickly back up to the line here.
Take a quick look at that replay as Boyle back to the line. And Dawson wide open across the middle. That ball thrown behind Quisenberry for an incompletion.
Yeah, that time just was not able to connect with him. Quisenberry may be a little bit too fast for his own good at that time. May have ran past that ball a little bit, but he was open out there. Something to keep an eye on later. Here's the pass again. Threw it just behind Quisenberry, and he was not able to turn and get that ball.
One of Dawson's rare misfires 12 of 14 in the first half. As Boyle steers it second down and long from the Bronco 48. Damari Brown in motion, and Brown the decoy here as Dawson picks his way up the field, dragging Broncos up to the 43, about 2 yards short of a first down.
Yeah, third and manageable here. Again, if you're Boyle County, we've seen it on a lot of the third downs. They usually go to Quisenberry in this situation.
Big third down opportunity for this Bronco defense.
Yeah. They're going to bring Brown out to the far side here.
Lance Sloan jets off the field for Boyle as the Rebels swap alignments. Dawson, the decoy, and Quisenberry bursting through the hole, and Quisenberry in for a touchdown.
Huge play. 44-yard touchdown.
Rick, he's got another gear.
Boy, he does. I tell you what, he was able to break through that first line of containment. And then watch this. Once he gets here, he makes one move, and he is gone all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
Quisenberry, his second touchdown of the evening. And Boyle County by 13 as we have an injured Bronco up at about the 35-yard line. So we will step aside. Boyle County leading 20-7. We're back right after this on Glycod.
It's your season to save on our incredible selection of new Kias from Cartown Kia. You can't beat the powerful design of the new 2024 Sportage.
It's your choice. The new 2023 Kia Sportage, just $349 down and $349 per month, or the new 2023 Kia Sorento, just $349 down and $349 per month.
Unmatched design, performance, and savings all in one at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Cartown Kia. Visit their showroom at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville, or browse their inventory at CartownKiaUSA.com. Cartown Kia, movement that inspires.
Landon Menifee, the injured Bronco, as Carr trying to add one to the Boyle tally. Snap is down, and Boyle on top, 21-7. We take another look at that Quisenberry burst for a big score.
As we said, it just was able to hit that next gear, get outside, and get to the line. Watch once he gets here. Look, he puts that foot down, boom, goes around two defenders, and is able to get into the end zone, use that speed there, untouched after he got through that containment.
Well, the Broncos offense been tested. They responded with a touchdown earlier. They need another response right now.
Yeah, I tell you what, one thing you got to understand, if you're Douglas right now, if they're going to keep on doing those squib kicks, try to get your players to field that ball and run it. I know it's hard, and sometimes you're going to get a fumble there, but you got to be ready and try to make them pay for those little squib kicks, because right now the offense just can't get anything going. Maybe see if you can get something on special teams. Coach Haddix talked about it. He said special teams can be the difference in these games. And right now, if you're Douglas, you want to see if you can't get a big play from your special teams.
It's been a part of their game that's been so critical to their success over the last several years. And boy, a sizable kickoff return would come in handy right now. Carr, a hooking, booming kick. Surratt retreats, and that's going to be a touchback.
Yeah, really big kick there. That time they said, no more onside. We're going to kick it all the way through the end zone. Smart play. Now Douglas has 80 yards they have to go with an offense that just haven't been able to do anything all night, really, Chris.
Line of scrimmage at the Bronco 20. Cooper Ranvier, 32-yard touchdown reception off a Jackson Stroutman pass. That accounts for the lone Broncos score. Boyle by 14, and they had an opportunity late in the second quarter, but squandered it at the 1 as time elapsed. Floated to Chenault. Chenault trying to squirm his way up the near sideline, brought down for a shallow gain.
Yeah, really interesting. They're doing a lot of offense to this weak side. I think you got to go to the strong side, the side where you have a lot more area out there to let Chenault go. I think it's a smart play, though. Watch. They try to get this little screen out here to Chenault. Again, give the ball in your athlete's hand. Let him make the move. But right now, he just can't break through of those Boyle County defenders.
Gain of about 3. Stroutman rolling, and he's going to flip it out of bounds for an incomplete pass.
Yeah, he had Chenault in the area, so it's not going to be at a grounding. But, boy, I tell you what, another third and huge. But, Chris, again, throwing to the short side of the field.
Darion Talbert, as elusive as he can be, he has really been taken out of this game, to this point anyway, by that Boyle County defense.
He really has. You can tell they've made a concerted effort to take the ball out of his hands, and right now it's working well for them.
Third down and long, big play for the Bronco offense. Stroutman, oh my, he's hit. That's a dead quail that's going to fall incomplete.
Boy, I tell you what, on that play, Josh Bixler broke free through the line, put a big hit on Stroutman, and you said that ball was lucky not to be intercepted because it was definitely a wounded duck out there. But right there, Bixler with a huge hit, trying to go out there to Ramdier, but boy, just a big play on now 4th down. Douglas is going to have to punt the ball back to Boyle County again.
So Boyle controlling the early phases of this third quarter.
We talked about, would that stop with 4 seconds, would that be the thing that gave Douglas life? And right now the answer is no.
Ranvier on to punt. A gorgeous spiraling kick. Quisenberry's going to backpedal, and it's going to be scooped up at the 36-yard line.
Well, that one almost like a golf shot. It just kind of logged where it was. Just stopped on the line there. Didn't get the bounce that they were expecting. So Boyle County's going to have really good field position again. First down, about the 36-yard line.
Yeah, net punt of some 40 yards as this Boyle County offense comes in averaging over 50 points per game. And they'll have it from their 36.
And you can see why they average 50 points a game. They have some really great play calling, great athletes out there.
2 receivers out far. Quisenberry gets the snap, and Quisenberry with a seam and foot in the ground, and he's close to a first down as he's bumped down at the 44.
These last couple plays, they're using Quisenberry like a wildcat offense there, even though he's your quarterback. He's taking that snap. He's not thinking about anything else but finding his hole and making a run. He's had some big runs up to this point.
Second down and short, and Boyle an inside running Bodner. Quisenberry gets a lot of the accolades, and rightfully so, but Bodner does a lot of the dirty work.
Yeah, he does. He gets those 2, 3, 4 yards that you need, the big plays. We saw it early, their second drive where he scored. He got the ball in from 2 yards out. He's just very hard, big-bodied guy, hard to bring down. Right now, Douglas has to come up with a stop. We talked about it in the first half. Can they get another turnover? That's what they need right now. That's the luck that they had in the first half.
This is a Boyle drive away from really controlling this game. Bodner again. He'll barrel across the midfield line.
Right now, Boyle County, very smart. They're not in any hurry. 5 minutes, 30 seconds. There's no need to take big chunks of play. Take what they'll give you. Wouldn't be surprised to see again. They had a wide open wheel route earlier on. Here's Bodner, like you said, just doing the dirty work, getting that 3 or 4 yards there on first down to get them second and manageable.
Gain of about 2 for Bodner. Boyle County perched at the Bronco 49-yard line. And Dawson back to throw. He's got plenty of time. And that ball underthrown and low, nearly had an interception.
Boy, that ball should have been intercepted on that one. It was right out there, turned, found the ball, but just couldn't bring it in. Here's Lowe. Watch this. Lowe had tracks on the ball. He was actually in front of the receiver, but I think was worried about his feet. Just couldn't get his hands to hold that ball.
They're down and long. Clock idle at 4:53. And we're going to have a Bronco 30-second timeout. So Frederick Douglass with a critical 3rd down and long looming. They will stop play. We will step aside. Back in 30 seconds after this message from Traditional Bank on Glycod.
I'm Dr. Jenny Millen. I'm owner and chiropractor at Triple Crown Chiropractic and Wellness. I started this practice in 2010, and Traditional Bank is the 4th bank I've tried. After switching, I feel like I'm home. I'm from a small town, and that hometown feel of knowing that they care about where you are now and where you are going in the future, that is a win-win for me.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Great scene tonight at the farm in Lexington. Boyle County leading Frederick Douglass. But a big 3rd down looming for this Boyle offense. The Broncos 49-yard line. Quisenberry darting through the hole, and he's got enough for a first.
Again, he knew once he got that ball, he was just waiting to find his hole, was able to find it, got a big first down on a 3rd down that Douglas needed that stop. Watch as Quisenberry gets this, holds, and then right there finds that, as you talked about it, that next level speed he has to get to that line and to get through it and get that first down.
Rick, in a lopsided game last week, GRC's Joe Chirico went with the Wildcat. About 3 minutes left in the game, and they marched right down the field, and Boyle having their way doing the same.
Yeah, I tell you what, these coaches, you talked about the fact everyone sees film. Everyone looks for a little advantage that you can have. Even in a blowout loss, they saw that Douglas had trouble with that Wildcat, and that's basically what they're doing right now.
Gain of about 3 as the clock continues to run. We'll slide under 4 minutes in this 3rd quarter. Boyle County led 14-7 at the turn. Quisenberry, a 40-yard touchdown rush on the last drive. There's a handoff as Brown. Demarie Brown across the 35 to the 34.
That was Webner in there at quarterback again. So they ran the Wildcat that time, handed it off. So they're just putting a little bit of wrinkle in there, giving Douglas something else to look at. And this is going to pay dividends on down the line because these teams that are scouting Boyle County now are going to have to really work on a lot of different things.
And the team scouting Douglas are going to pack the Wildcat.
Yep. They're going to be, you better be ready. If you're Douglas, you're going to see this the rest of the year.
They're down in medium. Dawson leaving it with Bodner, and Bodner breaks tackles. He's got a first down, a second-level run across the 20 to the 19, and a gain of 21.
Yeah, we talked about it as far as Boyle County making tackles after the first touch, and on this one, you're going to see Bodner. He was able to break that first tackle and then get a big, as you said, 21-yard gain. Look, right there, they could have had him stopped up, and boy, he just breaks through that arm tackle, is able to get down the field.
Essentially a 16-yard gain officially as we'll amend that. Pass out in the flat. Ooh. And it's batted away, a dangerous pass as Jeremiah Lowe and Logan Busen both involved.
Boy, I tell you what, on that one, tomorrow morning, whenever they watch the films, they're going to talk to Sage Dawson about that. You cannot make that pass right there. That's very dangerous. Too many people out there. Like, got a Douglas player down again.
We had a few of those tonight. Looks like Terry Kaysen, I believe, looks like he was being attended to.
Yeah, that's what it looks
I'll
like.
check that.
No.
It's 23, excuse me, Jeremiah Lowe.
Yeah, and you can almost tell the way he's walking. That is a cramp for him.
So Lowe will trot out. That likely means Dakotas Fields will check in for him. Seen Terry and Hicks banged up a little bit in the first half. The other Bronco corner now, Lowe, will lumber off the field. He'll likely sit out of play and be back on.
So again, Douglas, you have to come up. You have to figure out you've got to get a stop here. Right now, as you said, a score here is going to make this game very, very tough for Douglas. I'm not saying they can't come back, but it's going to be tough for them to do it.
Dawson in the shotgun. Floats to Brown, and Brown looking for the edge, cuts traffic. There is a gang tackle by Douglas. Thought we had a flag, but there is no flag. It's just a great tackle in the open field.
Yeah, Busen made the first hit. He knocked him kind of sideways, and then, like you said, a gain tackle from there. But you see Logan Busen just kind of getting in the way there. Right here, he makes this hit right there, was able to bounce him outside, and then a host of Douglas Broncos were able to make the tackle.
Third down and about 8. Boyle has succeeded on 2 very long third down conversions on this drive alone. They'll be faced with another. A traditional set as Dawson rolls left. He's going to try to jet for the first. A stiff arm has him shy of the 10, and he looks about a yard short.
Yeah, really good defense there. Use that outside to your advantage. Use the sideline. Force him out of bounds. That's what they did here. On this fourth down, if I'm Boyle, I think I'm going to go for this one and not try to kick the field goal. Looks like they're bringing some big bodies in here.
Jeremiah Lowe credited with the stop.
Another huge play here for Douglas's defense.
Fourth down and a short 2. Line of scrimmage at the 13. Boyle needs to take it just inside the 11.
Wildcat with Quisenberry.
Sure is. Quisenberry trying to squirt outside. He'll break the tackle and pick up a first down, but a flag.
Yeah. Back official called that. Usually with that, yeah, illegal motion. Had 2 players moving at the same time. Looks like Logan Busen may be down again in the backfield back there. Again, this is one thing. Here's the play here. Had the players, but again, Quisenberry just so shifty. Looked like they had him. He got it all the way down to the 5-yard line, but it's going to be, they're going to have to go 4th and long here. It'd be interesting to see if they change their plans, if they go ahead and go for a field goal. It looks like Busen must be cramping again, has the leg up in the air, trying to push that foot back.
There are plays in which penalties really don't have any impact on the play. That one, it looked like it did, as Busen was bothered there trying to go for that stop.
Yeah, it's a very, very going to be very interesting to see what Boyle County decides to do. Again, with Quisenberry, they went back again, went to the Wildcat, Chris. As you said, Douglas, in this coming week, they're going to have to do something, figure out something on this Wildcat, because they're just having a tough time being able to handle it.
Henry Clay, their opponent next week, they're 0-9, are the Blue Devils playing tonight. I think Coach Gay this week, he's going to figure something out, is he not? Trying to throw a wrinkle or 2 in.
I was going to say, if you don't have a Wildcat before, you better have one in this coming week. And then, you know, if you're the Blue Devils, you're 0-for on the year, you just throw caution to the wind. You throw everything you have out there, see if something can stick. But, I mean, in all honesty, Douglas has to figure out how to stop this Wildcat offense. And GRC just kind of opened the wound, showed where their weakness was, and Boyle County has now taken advantage of it.
Looks like Busen going to get off under his own power. And we have not seen the penalization from that penalty, at least no adjustment on the scoreboard. Now we do. So it's 4th down and 8.
Looks like they're going to try the field goal here.
Carr's long on the year is 23 yards. This would be from about 35. Trying to make it a 3-score game. Carr's kick is partially blocked at the line, and that will be short.
Good job by the Douglas defense. Special teams there made the big play to get the stop. But now, Chris, we've talked about it this whole game. They've got to get something on offense. Here it comes. They come in, they get a really good rush. The snap was low, was able to get a finger on it, and then was just short from the whole way. That's something that Boyle County is going to have to kind of work on, because now you don't know if your kicker can kick it that far. That can come in. I tell you what, you're going to have to make decisions later in the playoff. Can we kick a field goal from there? It may come down to that.
Boy, that's a big illegal motion penalty, is it not?
Huge. Going down fourth, having to kick a 35-yard field goal instead of first and goal at the 5.
See if the Broncos can take advantage. They did earlier after a fumble recovery in the second quarter. And Stroutman tries to run himself, and he'll be bulldozed out about the 24-yard line.
Yeah, gain of about 4, did a good job. But I tell you what, he's taking some big hits tonight, so he's going to be feeling it tomorrow. But they're trying anything they can, try to roll him out again to the short side of the field. But the sophomore, they're trying everything they can to get him in the groove.
And maybe setting something up here on second down and medium. Evander Harris, the offensive coordinator for the Broncos, and Stroutman out in space. That ball is caught by Talbert. Talbert cannot break through Bodner.
Oh, I'm surprised they didn't call that. It looked like a horse collar out there, but they sure didn't call that. And so it's going to be a loss of down there. Let's take a look at this tackle, Chris. Just the way his body went, usually you'll get a call, if nothing else, for right there.
Right in front of the official is Austin Bodner.
Yeah.
With a stop. They're down in 8, so a loss of a couple with remnants in this third quarter. 20 seconds. Broncos do not have to run a play.
I don't think they're going to. Coach McPeak's calling them over to the sideline. Go to the fourth quarter, see what you can do. Down 14 points.
Big third down when we come back. Boyle County leading Douglas 21-7, third down and long when we come back to the farm on Glycod.
Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
Let's get real. You could go to work right after high school, but spend a little time with us and we'll give you a better chance to do more, be more, and earn more. College for the real world. College for your world.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
A big third down as we start the fourth. What's the play call here?
I tell you what, I think you're going to have to roll Stroutman out. You're going to have to get him into area where he can make the decision whether to pass it or to run it. But they're not having any luck dropping him straight back. Just way too much pressure by the front of this Boyle County defense.
Broncos trying to win back-to-back in this series. And what a real treat it is for both these programs and their fans to play one another in the final week of the regular season. Stroutman tries to set something up. And underthrown, he had a wide open Talbert.
Talbert was wide open out there. Boy, he would like to have that one back. Trying to throw that ball a little bit off his back foot there. But, boy, I think sometimes you get a receiver like that so open. Let's see this. You just think you got it. And he had no pressure on him. Just made a bad throw that time. And, boy, they're going to look back on that one and wish they had that one back because, as you said, wide open on the outside.
That would have been a first down. Instead, Douglas will send on their punting unit as Cooper Randvier. He will be back inside his 10. Quisenberry and Brown for Boyle at their 43 as Douglas will apparently give it away here. And Randvier, a towering kick. Oh, my, Quisenberry watches it bounce inside the 10. Oh, my. Down at the 4-yard line. 74-yard punt for Cooper Ranvier.
I tell you what, if nothing else tonight, Cooper Ranvier has really done a good job. Had a couple of shorter punts, but on the ones that they've needed like that, flip that field. Now a long field there for Boyle County.
So Boyle's offense, they're going to mark this at the 3. I think the Bronco front salivating for a takeaway.
Yeah, and on this one, you better get ready because Boyle County, they're probably just going to go with that Wildcat. They're not going to take a lot of huge chances. In fact, they already have Bovner back there taking that snap in the end zone.
Bodner with the snap. And tied up as he'll approach the 5-yard line.
Gets a couple yards there with a big body. Try to get just as much yards as he can. Get a little bit more comfortable out of the end zone. They're not going to change anything else up. He's still going to be a quarterback and run the Wildcat. Tried to get Douglas moving off sides here. Bodner's talking to the official.
No play clock on the surface here at the farm. As Bodner tries to find a hole, he'll find one, and a first down as he shifts his way across the 10 to the 16, and that's a big 11-yard gain.
Tell you what, that's exactly what we talked about, the fact that they were just going to go with the Wildcat, try to get a couple plays to get out as far as they can, and right there, Bodner breaks open, and they're just going to stay in this, Chris. This is one of those deals. If you can't stop it, we're not going to change it until you stop it.
Well, I think Boyle, from their perspective, they just want to burn some time here. A lengthy drive would do them quite well.
Exactly. A 2-score lead, knowing that Douglas has not been able to move the ball tonight.
Bodner again this time shifts a little bit to the left, and there's still room inside.
Yeah, I tell you what, again, they had him a little bit trapped in the backfield, and he's very shifty. That big body was able to get out, get some good yardage there for about 5 or 6 yards.
Darnell Burnside involved in the stop.
Yeah, he was able to get away from that first line of defense and get a good gain.
Gain of about 5. From the 21-yard line. And Bodner again, the security blanket, this time tripped up. Be third down and about 3 coming up, and a big play for this Bronco defense.
Yeah, once again, they're going to have to make the stop here. Looks like they're just going to keep on. Although right now, it looks like they're going to go back. Let Sage Dawson go under center here. We've seen this a lot. Usually to Bodner, right there.
They're down and short, and that should net a first down, and it will.
Yeah, one thing, if you're scouting Boyle County, once Dawson goes under center, it's almost automatic to go to Bodner, but they've just not been able to stop it. Now they're going to go back to the Wildcat.
Coach Haddix has called a very solid game on offense. Not coincidental, but he's had all that success in Danville. Bodner again this time to the left and strung out for a few-yard gain up to the 33.
Yeah, again, just get that yardage, as you said, just taking time off the clock.
Gain of about 4 for Bodner. Again, this drive began at the Boyle County 3 after a Ranvier 76-yard punt.
And boy, I tell you what, you just don't want to waste that 76-yard punt. Have them back, and now they're moving the ball again.
Precious time evaporating off this clock. As Dawson, a little misdirection on the side. Instead, it was gutted up the middle to Bodner, and that's another first down.
I tell you what, Coach Haddix talked to me before the game about the big defensive front from Douglas, but boy, tonight he's got to give his offensive linemen a lot of credit. They've had a lot of success right here. Bodner gets a big run, gets that first down, as you said, just milking that clock as it keeps on moving.
All the air on the near sideline just taken away with this Boyle County march. Quisenberry around the edge, tucks it up inside, and here he comes, Quisenberry to the near side, and a first down again.
Yeah, he broke it out to the left side, couldn't find anything, came up the middle and broke it all the way around to the right side to get the first down. He's just an electric athlete. If you watch it here, right here, makes this missed tackle moves, gets out to the 50, then moves it on up, gets that first down.
Well, to say he passes the eye test would be the understatement of the evening.
Absolutely. He's the real deal.
From the Bronco 47 is Bodner to his lonesome in the gun. Bodner this time veering left, trying to get around the corner. Yep, first down. Just makes it look easy as he trots out for a gain of 13.
Yeah. Chris, I'm going to give you credit. You're Nostradamus. Last week during that GRC game, you mentioned the fact that GRC was making it look easy. I honestly thought, well, it's because this game's over with. The defense, maybe some second, third stringers out there. But, boy, that's not the case. They're having their way with this Wildcat.
Bronco defense back on their heels. We'll have it, Will Boyle at the Frederick Douglass 31-yard line. Bodner carrying the ball, twisting, turning, close to another first down.
This has been their probably most impressive drive tonight, Chris. Take the ball over at the 3-yard line, just moving the ball down the field pretty much at will. No passes at all, able just to get down the field. Officials timeout.
There aren't teams that run the ball down Douglas's throat. It just doesn't happen.
No, and I mean, I think you talked about it with the, the first couple games where they played superior talent and everything that happened. But against a Kentucky school, you just haven't seen that happen. And tonight, I tell you what, Boyle County is just really having their way. I think you said it really well. This defense is back on its heels right now. They're trying anything they can to get a stop here.
Looked like it might be marked just a tad short.
I think that was the problem. I think the chain crew went ahead and moved for a first down, and they had to take them back and get everything remarked.
So just outside the Bronco red zone at the 22, second down and 1. Boyle. Again, this drive commenced at their 3. And Dawson going to put it up in the air. No, he won't. Up in the pocket. And that second effort, falling forward, might get him a first down.
Yeah, I tell you what, he got a really tough spot there. I think it's still going to be third down, but looked like, be interesting to see on the replay, it looked like to me he spun all the way and got that first down, but they're going to mark him short. So he pulls this ball, and let's watch at the very end, Chris. He turns him, and then he makes the dive. Looks like it's at 20, but he just went ahead that time, ran it real quick, got it up the middle for another first down.
So it will be a Boyle first down after the quick play up to the Douglas 20.
Once again, Bodner with the ball with the first down. No hurry, 5 minutes, 51 seconds left in this game.
Coming up at the conclusion of this game, we'll take a look at some of your final numbers, also our most outstanding players. Take a look at our Week 1 playoff action next week and then unveil the all-Glycod team. And Rick and I will talk more about that here before we sign off this evening. From the 20 of the Broncos, it's first down and 10, Boyle County. Been some kind of march. Bodner. I think Dawson might have shoved him forward for a little bit, for about a yard.
I think you're right. Handed that ball off and gave him a little bit of push, a little bit of momentum into that line there.
It's not a Matt Leinart to Reggie Bush push, but looked like a little Dawson shove. Yeah, sure he is.
Give that ball to your big man there. You talked about it, Chris. Not only is the yardage so impressive on this, but the time of possession. This is taking this game all the way down. We're 4 minutes, 50 seconds left in the game at this point.
From the 18. Quisenberry in motion. And certainly no urgency on that Rebels sideline.
Yeah, the back judge, they're going to have to call a timeout because they're getting ready to. Yeah, that's going to be a delay of game. The back judge was counting down.
So a Boyle County 30-second timeout. Rebels in command over the Broncos on Glycod. We'll step aside, be right back after this.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Second down and 8 post Boyle timeout. On the Bronco 18-yard line. As Dawson finds Quisenberry covering that ball so astutely. And Quisenberry brought down a yard short of a first down.
Yeah, Quisenberry that time definitely didn't want to take a chance on fumbling that ball. Something you don't see very often, Chris. Some of the Douglas faithful leaving a little bit early. Usually it's because they're so far ahead, but right now they're seeing the writing on the wall in this game.
Talking with Coach McPeak earlier and the significance of this game from an RPI standpoint. Boyle has so much riding on this game because they don't want to travel to Corbin.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that would be you don't have to tell your team much. Maybe show them a little video of playing at Corbin, and this way they understand.
Oh, we got a flag.
Not sure what this is going to be
That game,
about.
of course, will come up later in the playoffs. First, we'll sort this infraction out. This game been very well officiated by this crew. Oh my, and a Boyle unsportsmanlike, looks like offsetting.
Yeah. So it's like nothing ever happened.
Offsetting penalty, 3rd down and short.
3rd down and 4, the end result. From the Boyle 12-yard line. And Dawson certainly not in any hurry to receive the ball from his center, Sam Wade. Quisenberry, the security blanket. And he'll be stacked up.
Mark it very close. It's going to be all on which foot they put down. It's like the officials are saying it's 4th down.
Well, speaking of feet being put down, Boyle has certainly done it on this drive.
Yeah, absolutely. Bringing the clock all the way down to 2 minutes, 50 seconds. Started off on their own 3-yard line after you said a Cooper Ramby, a 71-yard punt, and Douglas just could not get a stop here.
So Boyle's offense still on the field as Dawson. And there was movement at the line.
It's going to be interesting to see if that's going to be an offside or if that's what caused the movement by the offensive line. It's going to be a penalty on Douglas. Exactly what Boyle wanted to do, force them offsides and get an automatic or get a first down there. Tell you what, this Douglas team, they don't want to see any more 4A teams, Chris. Going down to Corbin, bringing Boyle County here. 2 tough losses against 2 very good teams.
And a very, very difficult schedule for the Broncos. Started with Hoban of Akron on week 1. And there have been very few breathers throughout this 9-game gauntlet. As Bodner gets the handoff from Dawson, he'll be inside the 5. And we'll see if Coach Haddix and company just takes a knee here a couple times. 2nd down and goal.
Yeah, minute 50. They can pretty much take this all the way out. Be interesting to see what they decide to do on this. I don't think you're going to see the ball in the air at all. They just keep on running it and see if get in the end zone that way.
Bodner behind Dawson.
Back judge is holding his arm up.
And Bodner tried to get low. Does he get in? Nope, short.
And if you're Boyle County, you're fine with that. Just take more time off the clock here.
I'm not sure you needed another score, do you?
No, you don't. It's going to be one of those things. It's just all in how you want to play the game. You know, you can take a knee and then on a 4th down, let the clock run out. Or you can run one more play, see what happens here. You know, the one thing you could say if you do score is, hey, at the end of the first half we didn't. We wanted to work on some plays, see if we can get the ball in the end zone.
Well, certainly the RPI could factor in. That might be in the mindset as Bodner this time will get in.
Yeah. And the other thing you look at is, you know, they're not running the score up, but last year they really got it put to them at home against this Douglas team. So it's interesting, though. This is going to be the 3rd straight game, 3rd straight year where the visitor team comes in and wins this game. So something you wouldn't really see happening, but it's happened now. Boyle County's come up from Danville twice, beaten Douglas and Lexington. Douglas went down last year and won in Danville.
Andrew Carr on for the point after. And you extract about 6 minutes in the 2nd quarter. And this game has simply and frankly been dominated by Boyle County.
Yeah, and on a very uncharacteristic turnover by Boyle County, 1 pass down to Ranvier. But like you say, that's pretty much the only offense that Douglas has been able to put out on the field all night. And then the defense just has not been able to stop them.
So Boyle County will have their first undefeated regular season since the abbreviated 20 campaign. And the Broncos will finish the regular season at 5-4.
Yeah, and I tell you what, this 15-game winning streak for Boyle County, longest in the state right now. Very, very tough. I tell you what, this is a real team. I can see why they're ranked number 1 in the state for all classes because that's how good they are.
So well coached and so many premier players, but for me, Quisenberry, he just stands out a little bit more. He's some kind of talent.
He is, and I tell you what, this is tradition. This is what we talked about early in the game. Boyle County, Danville, these teams have had tradition. Right now, Danville's a little bit down, but boy, Boyle County, after they lose coaches, they still just keep on rewiring and come back and refiring. And again, as you said, undefeated season, 15-game winning streak.
We'll see what the Broncos can do here in the very latter stages of this game. Boyle's working on their onside kick coverage here as Carr will nudge it forward, and the Broncos another short field up at about the 44-yard line. So Surratt on the recovery.
Yeah, you would think almost they're kicking to him tonight because they've kicked every kickoff basically to him other than one that Kaysen was able to recover after it hit a Douglas's front line of defense there. So you got 34.7 seconds. It's going to be interesting to see what Douglas does here. They're just going to kind of take a knee and get out of there, or if they're going to try to run a little bit, see if they can get anything going just to kind of build some momentum for next week.
Well, certainly the Broncos will be heavy favorites in rounds 1 and 2. Henry Clay next week. And then likely the Dunbar-Madison Central winner in round 2. But a lot of work to have another lengthy postseason run. A short side run and maybe the last play of this ball game.
Yeah, it's like they're going to separate them out, let them line up and shake hands.
So Coach McPeak and Coach Haddix, two class head coaches, will meet at the 50. In Boyle County tonight, a winner in impressive fashion on the farm. 28-7, Boyle County a winner. Lots more post-game coming up on Glycod. We'll be right back.
Did you know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now, through everything that's come our way. We've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher, by making a real difference in the communities we serve, and by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by CSL Plasma. Be rewarded for your generosity. CSL Plasma. Do the amazing. Help save lives.
Final score tonight on the farm, Boyle County over Douglas, 28-7. This was some kind of performance by the group from Danville.
I tell you what, they came up here. They were not intimidated at all to come into Lexington, play a 6A school. They came in. They were by far the best team throughout the game. You talked about it, Chris, other than that 6-7 minute period when they had a fumble with Quisenberry. Douglas got on the board 14-7. And then even at the end of the first half where Boyle County was stopped on the 2-yard line, went to halftime, you thought Douglas would come out and be hot and a lot of emotion start off that second half, and they just couldn't get anything going offensively. And then Boyle County, just with the Wildcat and different things, had their way on defense.
That last drive, 97 yards in almost every yard gained on the ground.
Oh, yeah, it was a backbreaker. I mean, the game was pretty much over anyhow, but Douglas, you would have thought you had a chance with them first down at the 3-yard line for that unbelievable punt by Cooper Ranvier. But I tell you what, they just could not get a stop all the way down the field, scored with about 40 seconds left to get that 28-7 victory.
Broncos, we talked at the beginning, a couple of keys for them. They had to run the ball, and simply zero success doing so.
No, absolutely none. I mean, I tell you what, they were just stymied in every aspect of their offense. The problem is, Chris, if you can't run the ball, you better be able to pass the ball, and they weren't able to do that either. They just could not get any offense going at all. And let's be honest, even the touchdown to Ranvier was one of those 50-50 balls. They got lucky that he was able to pull that ball down. And I tell you what, an impressive performance. I've not seen many better teams than Boyle County, and they're going to be the odds-on favorite. But I tell you, a game I'd like to see Boyle County and Corbin play.
Tremendous effort by Boyle County, 28-7 over Douglas. Lots more programming on the other side of this. We'll update our final stats, our scoring summary. We'll have our most outstanding players, and then a little bit later on, the unveiling of the All-Glycod team. Step aside, be right back after this on Glycod.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Last season, Glycod streamed over 160 games. As our presence grows throughout Kentucky and Southern Indiana, we have a need for production, sales, and social media support. If you've ever wanted to pursue a career in the fast-paced world of broadcasting but didn't know how, these opportunities could be for you. For more information, please contact info@glycod.com.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now, through everything that's come our way. We've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher, by making a real difference in the communities we serve, and by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
Welcome back to the Farm and Lexington Community Action Council, proud to support tonight's participants, and they're going to sponsor our scoring summary. And a lot of Boyle mentions. There's Quisenberry with 2 key touchdowns in this game.
Yeah, I tell you what, he's just so fast, so shifty. Also, he's strong out there. You see, he got it both a reception and a rush. Just a really impressive game by him. But I tell you what, the kid I was impressed with was Bodner. He played well, just was able to make some big runs, was able to just, you talked about it, kind of the steady and force on that team. When they needed a third down, a big third down, he was able to get it. So, yeah, I tell you what, really, really impressive performance. The only touchdown by Douglas is the Rambier 32-yard TD, and that was one of those things, again, that was a 50-50 ball. He did a great job of ripping her away from the defender, but that could have been an interception, and Douglas could have been shut out tonight.
Take a look at some of these final numbers, and goodness gracious, Boyle County, just statistical domination tonight.
Chris, could you have believed 45 total yards for Douglas? Wow. 35 in the air, 10 on the ground. I mean, you couldn't – I just can't believe that that's what they got. And then you look at just the unbelievable numbers, the rush yards, 273 yards for Boyle. A lot of that out of the Wildcat. Douglas just couldn't stop it, and when they needed some passing, they got that. Just, I tell you what, a big, big night for Boyle County.
Statistical domination, some individual numbers for Boyle. Avery Bodner, 31 rushes for 143 yards, 2 touchdowns. Quisenberry, 11 totes for 102. That's a nice 8.6 average.
Yeah, I mean that does a lot for your numbers there to get going that much.
Sage Dawson, 14 passes in 19 attempts, 138 yards. Quisenberry, 6 catches for 50 yards. Jordan Brown, 3 for 44. For Douglas Jackson, Stroutman, 6 of 12 through the air, 35 yards and a touchdown. Tate Allen, 5 carries, 7 yards. Just nothing on the ground for the Broncos. And Cooper Ranvier, 4 catches, 33 yards. And Douglas's lone score. And Darian Talbert, 1 catch, -1 yards.
Yeah, just they couldn't get the ball into the hands, and when they did, they just couldn't make the plays. Avian Chenault had a couple plays out there, just made that 1 catch, got 0 yards, never got Kaysen into the game, had 1 hold on him where they got the first down. But I tell you what, just you said statistical domination, score domination, and just if you watch this game, it was a total dominating performance by Boyle County.
Elite Building Products, proud to support tonight's most outstanding players. We'll have those for you when we come back to the farm on Glycod.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
With Fast Signs, create custom deep sea signage that makes the wait a visual escape. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Drive with the confidence and security of a pre-owned Kia from Cartown Kia. This incredible certification package is loaded with a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 10 years of national roadside assistance, and 2 years of free maintenance. Choose from over 70 certified pre-owned Kias or over 1,000 vehicles of all makes and models. It's new car driving at used cars prices with certified pre-owned Kias from CartownKiaUSA.com.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
Hi, I'm Sarah Neely. I'm the financial manager at Mill Ridge Farm. Whenever you transition financial institutions, there's a tremendous amount of paperwork involved. Traditional banks streamlined this paperwork and they just made it very simple. Traditional Bank is a locally owned bank that allows us to operate on an international platform. They make my life better, they make my job easier, and they make Mill Ridge a better place.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Tonight's most outstanding players are presented by Elite Building Products in Nicholasville, locally owned with an outstanding selection of windows, doors, and siding. For more information, visit them at elitekentucky.com, and lots of Rebels to select from, Rick.
Yeah, I tell you what, a lot of big players, but I tell you what, I don't think anyone was bigger tonight than Avery Bodner. We talked about him all night. When they needed a first down, he was able to get it. They put him in Wildcat. He was able to do that. Had some big plays on the defensive side also. Again, a host of Rebels that could have gotten it, but tonight he was the one that stuck out to me.
Cooper Ranvier, touchdown pass. His punting was exceptional this evening.
Yeah, he had two really big punts. That 71-yarder put him all the way down on the 3-yard line. The defense couldn't make a stop. He had another one that was about at the 8-yard line, and then had another one, Chris, another punt that almost was stopped at the 5-yard line, but they went into the end zone. For all that, scoring that touchdown, but his punting is why I gave him the player of the game tonight.
Let's take a look at next week's action. These games are tentative on Glycott. It is round one of the playoffs. Our crew will be at Dunbar as the Dunbar Bulldogs will host Madison Central. Also, number one male in action, PRP Ballard, and then North Oldham against a very strong Jeffersontown team. So 4 games for you next week on Glycod. And, for Douglas, won't see him next week. They're a big favorite, but handicap their chances moving forward.
The first couple rounds, I think they're going to be all right, but they're going to have to fix some things on the offensive side and on the defensive side. They're going to have to figure out what their identity is offensively. How are they going to be able to get more than the 45 yards of total offense they got tonight? Secondly, can they stop the Wildcat? You talked about it last week. We saw it this week. They're going to see it every time they play. The Wildcat is going to come into play. So I think they can manhandle a couple teams, but as they get farther in 6A, it's going to be harder and harder on this team.
Coming up next, the all-Glycod team for 2023. Rick and I will have it for you in just a minute after this. Well, we are back live after the temporary issue. Rick, let's talk a little bit more about the all-Glycod team before we announce the winners on offense and defense. And we talked about this at the beginning of the year to recognize some of the top talents within FCPS.
Yeah, I think it's just so important, again, for these kids to get the recognition. These are kids that come out every day. They practice every day. They play hard on Friday night. Some of them have had to play through injury, which is very impressive. Some of them are down in the trenches where you don't always get a lot of accolades. So these kids deserve it. And, I think it's something, Chris, I'm glad that you're doing this because it's something for these kids not only to get accolades, but now that they know that that's out there, from years from now, these kids are going to want to have this reward, and for these kids, they're going to be the first ones that ever got it.
So games based on regular season performance, 7 offense, 7 defense, then the player of the year within FCPS, several tight calls, a few kids that could have gone either way, didn't make it. We can talk more about those guys. Here is the offense. And you can't go wrong with Trenton Cutright as your quarterback.
No, I tell you what, it kind of all starts there. He just very impressive. Coach McPeak even talked about the fact that Douglas had trouble containing him. He can run the ball. He can pass the ball. Very impressive. And then you go to his backfield mate there with Kalen Washington at Bryan Station. Also very, very impressive player there. And then the kid that I liked the most in the running back field was Marquavion Smith. He had a big injury. Tates Creek, they had a little rough time, but boy, I tell you what, he really, the way he goes is the way that team goes.
Trey Berry's had a great year for Dunbar. Great to have him represented. Darion Talbert for Douglas. And then the 2 O-linemen, when one's going to, Purdue, and the other's going to Arkansas, hard to overtake those guys.
Yeah, exactly. And, I mean, that's one thing you see with this Douglas team. But what you also see after this game tonight, Chris, is just because you have those linemen that are going to go to these big Power 5 schools, boy, I tell you what, Boyle County was able to stop it, but really two really good offensive linemen with Missouri Madison and D'Amico Kennedy.
So there's the 7 from offense. Now let's parade with defense. Couple of new faces on here, but Javon Frazier anchors that Bryan Station defense.
Oh, I tell you what, I love the way the kid plays. He's just all over the field. We call his name all the time when we're calling the station games. A very, very impressive kid.
Michael Wynn of Tates Creek, double-digit tackles for a loss. Caden Clay, Douglas, a little bit under the radar. He's had a fantastic season.
Yeah, and that's another thing that some of these, sometimes people don't know these names because of other big kids that are big commits to other schools. So I think it's great that he's on this team.
Jason Hocker, Logan Julian, Jeremiah Lowe, and then J.T. Haskins Jr. round out the defense. Darian Neal, fantastic season for Douglas. Incredible linebacker, and just a great. This award doesn't overtake what he did on the field this year.
No, exactly. And the thing about these awards are there's only so many numbers that you can give out. So these kids, I tell you what, nothing to take away from them, but we had to make some tough decisions.
Player of the year could have gone a few different ways, and I know you're very fond of that young man right there.
I tell you what, this is the kid that I enjoyed watching the most right now, Andrew Witherington. This year, we saw him play games. We saw him win games with his legs. We saw him win games with his arm. But I tell you, the one thing I liked about him was his leadership. He never gave up. Even when his team was down big to Bryan Station, he kept on going. That's the thing I liked about him. He was a leader for his team. He was a leader for his school. And I tell you what, I think he's a very deserving, most valuable player in the FCPS system.
Andrew Witherington of Tates Creek, congratulations to him. All 15 student athletes will be represented on social media. They'll have a plaque provided for them as well. And also want to say great year, Dunbar quarterback Ethan Teal. Not everybody can make it. He's fantastic. Can't not wait to see him next week.
And that's the thing. These kids, the ones that got the accolades tonight, they're well-deserved. But there's other kids out there that really deserve it that we just didn't have the opportunity to get to. But, again, you're the leader for your team, and that's what the best that you can be, and that's all you can ask for. If you get awards, you get awards. If not, you're still the leader, and that's what he is for his team.
A huge thank you to our great crew tonight and all season long on Glycod. Steve Bird has been our executive producer. Joe O'Melion on camera with Sheetroke Artistani, our on-site producer. For Rick Reams, I'm Chris LaBar. So long from Frederick Douglass High School, and thank you for watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod. We'll see you next week from Dunbar. Good night.
From Glycod, this has been Central Kentucky High School football. Tonight's game was brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Never underestimate you. CSL Plasma. Do the amazing. Help save lives. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Meyer. Higher standards, lower prices. Traditional Bank. Because who you bank with matters. And by Community Action of Lexington, Martin's Peterbilt, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, and Allstate Insurance Agent Thomas Allen.
For scheduled information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation